Okay, hello? I think you guys can hear me now, right? Can you guys hear me now? I think you guys can hear me. I hope so. Is this working? Hello? I think you guys can hear me now, right? Can you guys hear me now? Yeah, you guys can hear me now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another live stream. Sorry for the weird start, guys. I got some really bad news today. And so I was kind of feeling low before the stream. And so I took a quick nap and it was really hard to get out of bed. And then I got out of bed and now I'm here. And then of course the stream just wasn't cooperating. I had a bunch of issues. Always happens when you're swapping between platforms. And then I saw a video that really bothered me. Not that the video bothered me. It's just like, this guy's my hero and he's getting like the crap end of the stick. And like the amount of dumb people out there is really shocking. I should know by now, but it's really shocking because like this dude is like the guy and people are like arguing with him. And so I had to make a video about that. And then that just kind of threw the whole day off. But let me take a second. Hello, Mothering for Babes. Hello, how you doing? Welcome back. How are you? Christian, hello, nice to see you. Ethan, hello. David, hello to you. Tara, hello. Inuyugi, hello to you as well. But yes, so I was on TikTok. Well, we're like not aimed properly. That's better. Look at all the panels. They're all falling off because of all the whatever this is called, the wallpaper. Yeah, so okay, you guys know I'm like a stream educator or whatever, and everything that I learned from a very small group of people. And there was a couple of guys that I learned how to like grow a community from, who were big on Twitch but aren't really big YouTubers, but I learned from watching a few of their podcasts. And then tech-wise, there are like 3 people that I turn to whenever I have any, 4 people that I turn to whenever I have any questions about tech. One of them is about Podcastage, who's a guy that all he does is microphones. So whenever I'm looking for audio stuff, that's who I watch to see what he thinks about audio stuff. The other one is Harris Heller. Everybody knows who that is. The third guy, I can't remember his name right now, but he's this guy with really long hair and he's really funny. I learned some stuff about OBS from him, but like the guy who's going to teach you all like the technical things and, you know, capture cards and different cables and microphones and whatever is Epos Vox. And the amount of people that don't know who Epos Vox is incredibly shocking to me, because he's like one of the original stream educators. And so now he just joined TikTok recently and he's posting videos and he's rehashing pretty much everything we've said already. And people argue with us when we give advice. People are arguing with this guy. And it's like, he's like the guy, like he's the guy that like Aver Media and Elgato and everything reach out to when they have questions. He's the guy. And people are arguing with him. I was like, are you kidding me? You guys don't know who like the main guy who started all this is? Like crazy, complete craziness. Panther Plays, hello, nice to see you, welcome. But yeah, so I made a video and like the dude is one of my heroes and I've been commenting on some of his stuff and sometimes he replies, sometimes he doesn't, you know, he's super busy. He's a full-time YouTuber and you know, he's got a lot of stuff going on. But I do edit him and I had to like let people know it's like, yo guys, this is the guy. And then he put like laughing emojis. So he commented on my stuff. So I'm like, that made my night much better. That made my night way better. Thank you, Christian. Thank you. I wanted to go for something more streamer looking. And so I thought that was like the good way to go, you know? But yeah, so I'm still kind of figuring stuff out. Like my chat is kind of all weird and I don't like it when it's this way. So I just got to fix this real quick. View docs, YouTube chat, get rid of my Twitch chat. Oh, of course it didn't work. Of course it didn't work. Pop out chat, take the link. I usually do this beforehand, guys, but like I said, I got some really bad news earlier and I just wasn't really feeling up to starting. And so I kind of pushed things a little bit longer than I should have, but that's what happens, you know? That's what happens. That's life. Delete this. YouTube chat. Put it there. Boom. Okay, now I can see the chat in my OBS. Much better. Much better. That feels more comfortable. Christian Hernandez, hello. Nice to see you. Okay, the music should be okay. Yeah, so Now you need to dye. I do need to dye my hair. I do. I should have like crazy colored hair. I should. That's how you know. That's how you know. But yeah, guys, so we're at the end of Link's Awakening. So we're gonna chat for a little bit and then we'll start the game. But we're at the end of Link's Awakening. Yeah, somebody that I know went to the hospital. They weren't feeling well. They almost choked and they weren't feeling well. And so they went to the hospital and I take care of them, and they came home and everything was okay. Like they seemed weak, but they seemed okay. And today he sat me down and he told me that they discovered he's terminal. And so by the way things are going and from my experience, my guess is he's only got a few weeks to live. And so it was really shocking news. I've been friends with him for a few years now, and it was not what I expected to hear. I thought he was gonna sit me down to tell me that like he'd been exposed to COVID and, you know, I needed to be careful, or, you know, or tell me that he was gonna fire me or something. That's what I was expecting. But he came out with that news, so it was not what I wanted to hear. Kind of threw off my whole day. But that's what happens, you know, that's life. But it just made for a really like wonky evening, and so, but I'm here and I'm feeling a little bit better. You know, it is what it is. I just needed some time to kind of process what he had said. I'm feeling okay. Like I said, I work in healthcare, so I've dealt with death for a very long time and things are okay, but it's just one of those it's just one of those things, you know. It's just the way life is. But yeah, and then I wake up to that hilarious video. Like, he had to post like 4 videos because every video he was posting, somebody was arguing with him, and like arguing with him about really stupid things. Like the one guy, oh man, the one guy made me laugh, and I'm trying so hard not to like be that toxic person. But they commented something along the lines of like, I wouldn't be as huge as I am if I listened to your advice. Because he was saying something along the lines of like, you shouldn't just watch the big guys because the big guys already made it. And the big guys, like, he's talking huge, like millions of followers and stuff. He's like, the big guys already made it. They don't have to, you know, fight to be on top. He's like, listen to the medium-sized guys because they still have to fight. So they're learning as they're going, and they're sharing that knowledge with you. They're great people. So this guy was arguing with him that that's not the way to do it. You want to listen to the big guys because you become who you listen to. And you know, he's flexing. He's bigger than me on TikTok. But it's like, dude, and Epos Vox only has like 2,000 followers on TikTok. So this dude thought he was like punching down, like correcting the little guy. And then I go to his Twitch and he's got like 300 followers. No hate on that, but like, Epos Vox is huge. Like, Epos Vox is huge, and for him to like talk down to Epos Vox, I was like, do you know who you're talking to, dude? Like, do you know who Epos Vox is? But you know, TikTok is weird. TikTok is weird. Yeah, Epos Vox has 275,000 followers on YouTube. And he doesn't, like, that's not from streaming. That's all from all of his work. Like, he's got videos on Voice Meter. He's critiqued some of the big guys like Linus Tech Tips on their work. He shows you different types of cameras. Like, this dude's like the guy. This guy's like the guy, and people are talking down to him. I'm like, are you crazy? Are you crazy? Yeah, Christian, I'm really excited for it. I'm excited for it. I had pre-ordered it with Amazon. And from what I heard, they send you an email, and it's usually like 3 or 4 days after you get the email that you receive the game. It releases tomorrow, and I still hadn't received the email, so I canceled. I'm gonna end up going and like ordering it to do curbside pickup or whatever. So I'm hoping to have it tomorrow, but I'm still probably gonna do something scary. Panther plays. My day's going okay. It was a bit of a rough day, but now things are a little bit better. King Gabagool, hello, nice to see you, man. How's it going? It is, Tara. It is like it's weird. It's just a weird place, and it's like they're like I give advice, right? But I'm not a full-time educator, and I'm not a full-time streamer. Epos Vox's job is to educate. Like that's what he does full-time. He doesn't do any other jobs. He works at YouTube or like on YouTube as a stream educator. That's what he does. And you know, his videos, they've got like thousands upon thousands of views, and he's getting talked down to on TikTok, which is like insane. It's absolutely insane. Shop 2, and you're getting the Steelbook. Nice, Christian. No problem, Mothering, no problem. You bought yourself a PlayStation camera? Nice, nice. How do you like it? Yannick, hello, welcome. Flying Goomba, how are things going? How are you? How have you been? But yeah, so we're doing Link's Awakening. I'm like all discombobulated. I think everything is okay. You guys can be my guinea pigs. Tell me if my voice changer is working. Tell me if my voice changer is working. Oh, okay. Okay, it's working. Do I sound like T-Pain? Did that work? Or did I just sing and sound like a fool? Icy Bo, my day is going really, I can't even, I automatically just say my day is going really well. My day is going okay. My day is going okay. Finished up your last day of work. Nice. Off until the 22nd. Nice. 11 days off or 10 days off. Because I'm assuming you don't count today. But that's awesome. Are you gonna be doing anything with your days off? It worked. Okay. Nice. Nice. Yeah, it's because the way I used to have the voice changer is when I made the voice, I could hear it in my headphones. But now with the Go XLR, I can't hear the voice changer in my headphones. And if I did, you would hear it twice. So I've got it set up. I just needed to make sure that it was coming through. Oh, Yannick, don't drink too much. Be careful. Be careful. Was the volume okay in my my voice changer, or was it a lot louder than what I was talking? Relaxing and shoveling snow. Ugh, gross. Gross. Doing your Twitch panels? Nice, Panther, nice. It's perfect? Okay, great. You beat Miles Morales, Jack? You cried? Don't tell me anything. I haven't beaten it yet. I barely played it. I haven't had a chance to sit down and play it. It's about the same volume. Okay, perfect, perfect. Lee, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Jack, did you beat it on stream or did you get impatient and just beat it on your own? One of the side things put you in tears. The original Spider-Man put me in tears by the end. You beat it on stream? Nice, man. Nice. I'm glad you're streaming, dude. New Game Plus and Platinum. You love the torture, don't you? You love the torture. I got everything ready and I didn't actually check if my Switch was working. I don't have my Switch plugged in. I gotta plug it in. First, I gotta find my control. I didn't already say that, huh? You did already say that. Lee, depending on where you are in the world, they might have gotten it early, right? Because like, I think Australia's already into tomorrow, and Europe in about an hour will be into tomorrow, so they might have it already. Nikki, how's it going? Welcome. You gotta get a Pro controller for your Switch. Give me a second. I just gotta plug my Switch in. Did it work? It seems like it did on my side. Okay. What was I reading? Yeah, they make a Japanese account. That's what it would be, yeah. Oh, I pulled the game out. Where did I put it then? That was weird. It wasn't pulled out. It just didn't read for some reason. Uh-oh, my Switch might be dying. Can you get an ow? I don't have it set up. Ow. I don't know how to do it. I'm not a good impressionist. You got to get yourself a Pro controller. So I bought this one. It's some weird like off-brand Chinese one. I don't even know what brand it is. It just says made in China, model 798B. It's got vibration, but not HD rumble, just regular vibration. I think it has a gyroscope. I'm not 100% sure. But it is wireless, which a lot of like the knockoff Pro controllers are not. And it works great. The only problem I had with it is the R bumper was loose when I got it, and I just tapped it a little bit. I think the rubber membrane was kind of off from the shipping. I tapped it a bit and went back, and now it's fine. I paid like $30 for this Canadian. So I'm assuming in like the United States, it's like 20 bucks. But yeah, I have a real Pro controller, but my fiance uses it when she plays the Switch. And I had a knockoff Pro controller and I spilt my pop and it landed on my controller and it ruined the D-pad. So I had to buy another one. So I bought this one. It's not bad. I'm happy with it. There's nothing that's mandatory, Panther, but the suggested things to put on is a little bit about you, something about you. Any other platforms you're on, so if you're on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, all those, you want to put a panel for each one, and a panel for your schedule, because there is like a schedule feature on Twitch, but I personally find it really hard to read. So I like it better when I see a panel with a schedule on it. And then maybe a panel for... I can't remember what, there was another one that I was thinking of, but I can't think of what it was. About you, the different platforms you're on, a schedule, maybe one for rules, if you have rules in your stream. Yeah, those are like the ones that you really want to put in there. It's such a weird holiday. Yeah, Valentine's Day is weird. Valentine's Day is weird. Nice, Nikki, nice. Have you been watching it? You're celebrating being alone for 11 years. You're 11 years old, right? Then you've got plenty of time. Trust me, at 11 years old, you don't want to be with anybody. Gross. It's not gross if you want to sponsor me though, Red Bull. Hey, Falcon, how's it going, man? How are you? How are things going, dude? Really, really hot in here. This room is such a like a torture. There are rumors that it looks like Nintendo potentially could be re-releasing Wind Waker, the HD version, on the Switch. And if that is true, then I would not be surprised if Twilight Princess also came out on the Switch. You've seen too many things that you shouldn't have seen at 11. That's not good, man. I'm doing good, Falcon. I'm doing good. You know, just here hanging out, getting ready to get started. They leave with valuable life advice. That's what I'm here for. That's what dads do. That's what dads do. We give unsolicited advice. You want 3D World? Yeah, man. So I had pre-ordered it. I said this at the beginning. I had pre-ordered it. But up until today, Amazon had not confirmed when it was going to get to my house. So I was like, no, then I'm just not going to order it from Amazon. You lost my business. I'll go buy it somewhere where they'll give it to me on release date. So I'm just going to order it and do curbside pickup at one of the stores on my way home from work. But I'm excited for it. I still feel uncomfortable. I still feel like something is wrong with my stream. I don't know what though. I can't figure it out. We might as well get started though, because I don't even know what to talk about. All right, Falco. All right, dude. Thank you for popping in, man. I hope you have a good night. I'm the only person in my family who doesn't rip holes in their pants. I'm currently being all domestic and repairing the knees. Oh man, I've got holes in my stuff, but they're just because they're old. It's to the point where like if you try to patch it, all you're gonna do is either like shrink the fabric so it ends up looking like this, because it's like, oh, you can't really see it on camera, but it's like it would just look weird because it would be a bad fabric, or if you patch it, it would just rip again like within one use. So but that's life. Isn't release day tomorrow, Jack? Do I have any mental advice? Like, what kind of mental advice? Yeah, okay, yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna be picking it up tomorrow. I'm just gonna, because I'm at work all day tomorrow, but I should be done, like, probably around 3 p.m. So I'm gonna order it in the morning and then do curbside pickup in the afternoon. You know, go pick it up on my way home, and then that way I can play it. I don't know when I'm gonna play it though. I don't know if I'm gonna stream it tomorrow, because tomorrow's my spoopy day. I'm not streaming it on the weekend. I was thinking maybe waiting till Monday, but I don't know, because like everybody's gonna be playing it and nobody's gonna watch, right? Nobody wants spoilers, so they're not gonna be watching it. So I might wait till Monday. How do you guys like these things that I did? I redid my, like, follow me on YouTube and all that. Let me know how you guys like them. They come up every, like, 5 minutes. Like, not worrying. But do you mean, like, not worrying about, like, just things in general or about your stream? Well, I better be invited. Yeah, if I play it, I'll play it online. I've seen a TikTok of a girl who got an iPhone 11 and didn't want it because she wanted a 12, and it made me so mad. Oh, you have no idea. You're only 11 years old. If you would have, and I don't mean that like, oh, you're only 11, you don't know. But I'm saying, like, you haven't lived in a world where those things didn't exist, and so you didn't have those things. Like, I was asking my parents for the Tiger Electronic toys. If you guys don't know what that is, just Google Tiger Electronic Handheld. And they were like the ghettoest handheld video game consoles ever. That's what I was begging my parents for. And now you got these kids spoiled wanting an iPhone 12. I've got an 11. And I'm happy with it. Like, it's crazy. It's so cringy. It's so cringy. Christian, I add people when I do it live. So I'll have my friend code available or whatever when I do it. I also have the friend code in my Discord. So if you're on my Discord, you can find it in there. Worrying about family. Ooh, that's a bit of a deep question. I don't really have an answer for that because, like, I'm not a trained professional and I wouldn't want to say something that would hurt you. But if you are feeling under pressure, I would look for, like, a kid's helpline. If you're a kid, if you're an adult, I would look for an adult helpline. And they usually have professionals on hand that can talk to you. All right, Christian, if you go to the Discord, there's a channel called Contact Info or something like that. It'll be there. I have an iPhone 7 and I'm in my 30s. Yeah, I only got the iPhone 11 because I'm a tech, not good word. I'm addicted to technology is what I'll say. And my Samsung S9, which I still have, my Samsung S9 was really acting up. Like, my fingerprint reader wasn't working, and for some reason it just wouldn't like register my taps. And so I was off my contract, so I decided to renew, and I ended up getting the 11. I was gonna get the 20, but the S20 was like double the price monthly to get, and so I was like, no, I'll just get the 11. I'm happy with the 11. And so I went with the iPhone 11. I'm happy with it. Am I talking about you? All right, perfect, Christian. But yeah, Panther, I don't really have advice. Having somebody in your family who is homeless is it's not a good thing, but there are places that you can reach out to you know, help you if you need it. Okay, hold on, I'm not even signed into my Switch. Hold on. Caleb following over on Twitch. Give me just a second. Crap. I don't remember what my password is. Oh well. I hate when this happens. I don't know what my password is. Whatever. Christian, I'm gonna have to accept it later. I don't know what my password is and I can't sign in to be able to accept you. Nice, Tara. So I'm with Wind, which is not like the best company, and they did the whole like, you know, the tab or whatever. So my tab was up when it came to the Samsung, and so I got it for free. I mean, I had to pay the tab or whatever, but that's still, it's better than paying the $1,200 the phone was worth. I don't mind Android, Christian. I like Android. I went with iPhone just because it was cheaper, and I'm happy with it. I like it. It's not bad. It is so warm in this room. Holy crud, guys. Holy crud. Okay, I guess we'll just get started. There's not much left for me to say. Yeah. I don't have any conversational topics. You got it for your birthday and you love it? Nice. You're gonna stay up just to get it? I want a hard copy of it. I've been buying a lot of digital games and I don't have a lot of hard copies of Switch games, so I want a hard copy of it. Mr. FOV, how's it going, dude? Long day, yeah. Yeah, man. How was work? How have you been, man? Okay, is this working now? Please tell me it's working. Seems like it. Yes, it is working. Haha. There we go. There we go. Haha. What's this thing? Is this? Oh, it's my headphones. Okay. With the Go XLR, guys, I can, because it's the mini, I can't change what the names say at the top. And so I always forget what profile I'm under and I don't know what the different knobs do. You happy you don't have an iPhone anymore? Doing okay. Work is definitely picking up. I bet, man. I bet. Because that's, your work is hard to begin with, let alone now that you're going to be doing overtime and stuff, man. No, Christian, I need to sign into my Switch to accept it. Like if I'm not signed into the online part of my Switch, I can't accept it. And I can't sign into my online Switch because my password isn't working. So I got to reset it and everything, and I'm not going to go through that while I'm streaming. I just got on Zelda Breath of the Wild and saw you streaming this. Hello, Logan. How you doing? Breath of the Wild is great. If Breath of the Wild is the only Zelda you've ever played, I don't know if you're going to like this one. I can't promise you will. But if you've played other Zeldas, this one's great. How do stream decks work? Basically, they're like hotkeys. So they have an app, and the app lets you choose what the things do. So it'll show you like a little mini stream deck on the screen, like on your monitor, and you can like push a button on the monitor on the app and it'll like ask you what you want to do with it. So like you can mute volumes, you can do sound effects. Like I've got this thing. I think this will work. It won't play through my ears, but you guys will probably hear it. Yeah, you guys should have heard that. So I can do stuff like that, like I push a button, it just does it. I can make it control things in Windows, like I can literally make it resize Windows or open apps or whatever. It's a pretty powerful little thing. Pretty much everything you can do with the Stream Deck, you can do with hotkeys, but it's just a little bit more convenient. Yeah, Mr. FOV, it looks cool. It looks really cool. Are there Stream Decks? No, because the console doesn't do what the Stream Deck does. Nice, Christian. I've never played that game. Okay, I don't remember what we were actually doing. Okay. It's the worst when you stop the game mid-run, because then you can't remember where you're supposed to be. So we might be in a little bit of trouble. Yeah, it has a lot of... I heard it's great. I heard it's a really good game. Hello, Snowy Fox. How's it going? Welcome. Okay. If I do this... Ooh, maybe I can go there. No, I can't, because I can't push this thing out of the way. Unless... No, I don't think that's gonna work. We'll try it. It did work. Sick. Sick, bro. Sick. 7 hours and 19 minutes. That's quite a long time. I'm glad you're having fun with it. I never bought it only because it was too expensive, and at the time I didn't have the money for it. One day I'll buy it, but I don't know when. Oh! Okay, I survived though. I survived. So sick, brah. So sick. Gaz, how's it going? Welcome. Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. This one's really good. It's hard. It's like, it's old school Zelda, right? So it's a little bit less straightforward with what you're supposed to do. But it's a good game. It's a really good game. I like it. Oh. What? You wish you had a Switch? Switches are pretty awesome. I love my Switch. I love my Switch. Is it a lot of like time wasting stuff to do, Jack? Did you? That's awesome. I want to play the original. I haven't played the original and I really want to. No, just annoying stuff that I'm too lazy to do. Oh, don't you love those? I will definitely be playing it. I just haven't had a chance. That's the only reason I haven't. Because I loved it. When the little bit that I played, I thought was amazing. I just haven't had the chance, right? Been stupid busy. I remember when my brother got the original DS, like the original big gray one. I was so blown away by how amazing the graphics were. Like, he called me, he got it in the States. He went with my dad to the States, and he called me, and he's like, I've got something that's like a portable N64. I was like, whatever, man. And then I got home, or he got home, and I saw it, and I was blown away at how cool it was. Get out of here, man. There we go. Oh. I didn't mean to go up those stairs. I didn't mean to do that. Kind of bummed out I did that. Whole game's ruined. Stream's over. I'm done. I'm done. I quit. There's the heart container, but I don't want the heart container. I don't want it. On a DS? What do you mean? What are you asking? Oh, the graphics, yeah. Remember, before the DS, there wasn't really a 3D handheld console that was good. And the one before that was the Game Boy Advance, right? Which was like a Super Nintendo. So it was a huge leap in graphics. Yeah, it's an original Game Boy game. He keeps going by the stairs. Stop going by the stairs. You're gonna make me go upstairs again. Ha! Ow. It's okay. I beat him up. I'm too young to understand. Yes, you are. Because you've grown up in a world where the graphic changes between consoles isn't huge. Like, if you look at a PS4 and a PS5, the ray tracing looks better, but graphically it's not that much better. Or you look between a PS3 and a PS4, the graphics weren't that much more shocking. But if you look between a Super Nintendo and an N64, it's a huge, huge upgrade. Or an N64 to the GameCube, it's a huge upgrade. So going from a Game Boy Advance to a 3D or a DS was like mind-blowing. And going from a Game Boy Color to a Game Boy DS was, or a Game Boy Advanced was, I was shocked that they had that much graphic power in a handheld. Are there Twitch extensions to play sounds whenever you want? I mean, you can, but it's not really, at least the ones I've seen aren't really that great, because like you have to click it and then like say you want to trigger it, it just kind of kills it, but you can do it. In some ways it definitely was a downgrade. That's when Nintendo started to really lose their thunder. You know, the N64 didn't do super well, and then the GameCube was just a flop, and then from there on they just floundered. The Wii was a fluke. Like, it wasn't that they made something amazing, it was just they marketed it to the right people, but it wasn't really a successful console. And then you get the Wii U, and that was terrible too. But yeah, no, I totally feel you on that. The big downside to like the consoles like the N64 and the PlayStation and all that was just that developers got less creative, right? They went for more realistic, and then they started losing that creativity they had with Super Nintendo and classic Nintendo and stuff. Oh yeah, if you're on a console, no, you're gonna be super limited. On a console, you can literally just stream. Like, you're not gonna have any fancy overlays or anything. Because even to trigger those sounds, you would need a PC. Your first ever console was a Wii? Okay, so I don't see how this helps me in any way do anything. How are you doing an overlay on your console? Yeah, mine was the NES. My dad bought it. My dad was about 22, 23. No, he must have been a bit older. He must have been like 24, 25. And he bought it. And so I remember watching him play the NES. All right, Snowy Fox, see you later. I've never heard of Overlay Expert. I gotta look at this. Because I haven't heard of this. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I didn't know you could do that. That's pretty awesome. Huh. Thank you for teaching me something new. I might want to look at this and do a little bit of research and make a video. That's awesome, man. Us old boys used to rock the NES. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. I remember I used to spend hours and hours just playing Mario Bros. Mario Bros everywhere. All the time. Mario Bros. And I don't have my original cart anymore. I have a new cartridge. New. I had to buy another one. But the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade. So the games that I owned myself were... what's it called? Kabuki Quantum Warrior. I had Kabuki Quantum Warrior, Mario Bros. 1, Mario Bros. 3, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade, on the NES. Those were the only games I owned. We rented a bunch, but those were like the big ones. Mario 3 was such a game changer. I got it for my birthday from my grandmother, the one I took care of. I got it from her for my birthday. I think it was like my 7th birthday, something like that. And she got it for me. And I loved it. I loved it so much. Oops. If they remake the original Mario Bros, could you imagine? Could you imagine? Full remaster. Cool graphics. Okay, so that's this. This leads outside. Ow, stop it, dude. Okay, and oops, I can't get here, so I can't do anything there. Super Mario World was my favorite Mario game. Super Mario World was... That one was a huge, huge game changer for me. That was like... That's when I fell in love with gaming. Oh, yeah, there were. Yeah, there were. You're right. Super Mario All-Stars. My mom got me that. I remember she ordered it in the mail. I don't know where she ordered it from, and she was an immigrant. I have no idea how she learned to do that, but she bought it for my brother and me. And we were so excited. I played so much of that. The only one I never played was Mario Lost Worlds. Okay. So this... Whoops. This one... Where did this lead? Yeah, they even had the Wii release as their, like, 25th anniversary or whatever, right? Welcome, Ginger Gamer. How you doing, man? No worries, man. We chatted very, very shortly today. We didn't really talk too much. Okay, so that's that. I am so lost. Okay, so that leads to there. Okay. Where have I yet to go? I haven't been here, but I don't know how to get here. Actually, if I go here, maybe there? Ready to finish the workday? Long day, man. Long day. You're gonna take Ginger's job? Oh man, yeah, that was like that was the only way to really play these games, right? You'd spend hours and hours and hours trying to figure out what to do. And there was no Google, there was no, you know, walkthrough to be able to say, yep, this is how I beat it. You literally just, oops, just spent hours just wandering around. No, this isn't where I wanted to go. But dude, I feel you on the long week thing. I feel you on the long week thing. Like I had Tuesday off, but I did my 6-day stretch. And then I was telling everybody I found out one of my friends is terminal. And so like it's just been a long week. I am so ready for the weekend. I am so over this week. Hold on. These look like they're destructible, so let's find out. I never played that game. I was never a Sega kid, so for me, anything Sonic didn't really like drive me crazy, and I'm not a fan of like the mini game compilation games, so I just never bothered. But I have heard it's good. Okay. These dungeons were blind. Yeah, I never played this on the Game Boy. I never played the original, so I never learned what to do. Oh man, I'm feeling the same. So we had a lot of overcast days here, and it was like just draining being in the dark all the time. And thankfully, we've had a few days of sunshine. Downside is here when it gets sunny, it gets really, really cold. And so it's been really cold the last few days, but it's been sunny. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy that we've had some sunshine. Today we had sunshine. Primarina, hello, how are you? Falcon sent you, that's awesome. Welcome, that's really nice of him to send you over. We're here just playing some Zelda, kind of goofing off. We're at the end of the game. There's this temple and then the final egg or whatever, and then we're done. So hopefully we'll be done the game by today. I don't know, but I'm Louie. I'm a variety streamer. I stream on YouTube just once a week, every Thursday, but I stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday over on Twitch, and I do a variety of stuff. I play Mario, Zelda, Dead Space. This is what I'm playing right now. At this moment, I'm playing Zelda, Dead Space, Dark Souls, and Jedi Fallen Order. So if any of those games sound interesting to you, then you've found a good place to hang out. If not, I appreciate the visit anyway. Zoom lessons are so annoying. I don't know how to say Seaman Neo. Is that how you say your name? Hello. Jeez, Falcon's just sending everybody. Falcon's just sending everybody. No, don't send me snow, Nikki. Don't send me snow. You can keep it. You can keep all the snow. All the snow can stay with you. Ooh, the Kingdom Hearts collection. Have you played them all before? How can you make your console stream good? Like, do you mean quality? It just has to do with bitrate, but I don't stream from consoles, so I don't know how to change the bitrate on a console. Yes, I got it. Yes. Okay. So this leads me back down here, which I don't think helps me in any way. Hey, y'all, how's it going, man? Is it Jarl or is it Jarl? Because I saw the video where you said Jarl, but were you making fun of yourself? Or is it actually Jarl and I've been calling you Jarl for completely incorrect reasons? You've played 1 and 2? I played 1, and then I started 2 and I couldn't get into it, so I never beat it. And then I never played 3, which I really, really want to. I own it. I've just never sat down to play it. I want to play the first 2 again so I can know what happened in the story. I know there's way more with all the other ones. I have the collection too, but I don't have the patience to put like 300 hours in just to find out what happened. That's awesome. See, man, that's awesome. That's really kind of you to even pop in. I was just telling Primarina there that I do a variety of stuff. I stream on Twitch every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, and I do games like Jedi Fallen Order, Dark Souls, and I'm doing Dead Space over there. Here I'm doing Zelda. I kind of just move things around depending on what I'm feeling, but I'm a variety streamer. Just no competitive games, no first-person shooters. That's why I started saying Jarl, because of Skyrim. It doesn't matter too much for you. I just don't want to be saying it wrong, you know? It's such well, I mean, Jarl, I'm gonna have to like retrain myself. He's like a true Viking. He's got like the big Viking beard, the long Viking hair, the deep Viking voice. Like if you walked in and he was pillaging your house, you would believe you were back like 400 years. In the UK and the PlayStation, it's down from 90 pounds to 22.50. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, that's adorable, Panther. That's adorable. Okay. What am I doing? I'm so lost. Okay. Oh, I've got a key, though. I've got a key. So now that I've got a key, I can go over here, maybe. I would still wear a mask. A responsible Viking. But I'm glad you're doing well, man. It has been a long day for you. It's a second on the eShop charts. I'm not surprised. I'm actually really interested in the game. When I first saw it, I was like, okay, whatever. I've got 3D World, whatever. But when I started seeing stuff for Bowser's Fury, I was like, yeah, no, I want this. I want this real bad. So I'm excited for it. I hate that I'm gonna have to wait all day and go to work all day, but I'm excited to get it. He went offline. I think he said he had to go to work. He popped in for half a second and then said he had to go to work. That was really nice of him to do, though. Really, really nice of him to do. Very long week due to opera, Zoom rehearsal. Finished recording my video submissions for doctorate application. Oh, man. That's so exciting, dude. That's so exciting. I can't even imagine what it's like going for a doctorate. Like you're gonna be a doctor in vocals. Like that's astonishing, you know? I consider myself a pretty decent singer, but I couldn't imagine what it would be like to not only just consider yourself a decent singer, but like to have a doctorate in music would be so cool. Okay, I don't see what the point of this was. Can't save someone on a plane, but I can sing at a funeral. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, Panther, I responded to that. I said that's really sweet. When I pre-ordered it, I said, shut up and take my money. It will, because you will always be able to work at a college, even in a high school, training other people. Like that's, you're gonna be set with that. And who knows, man? Like, could you imagine if you get hired on at a place like Stratford and you can become one of the vocal coaches there? If you do, you're gonna have to hook me up with Stratford, because I would love to work at Stratford. You know how most actors, I mean, you're in the world, so I'm sure you've heard it, but you know, when somebody says they're an actor, the first response is, oh, you want to go on Broadway? Or, oh, do you want to go to Hollywood? Those are like the two. For me, it was always, I wanted to work in Stratford. My dream was to be on a Stratford stage. That was it. I never pictured Broadway. I never pictured Hollywood. I pictured Stratford. That was where I wanted to end up in my life. No worries, Snowy Fox, no worries. Since the higher level you are and the more dragons you find, I'm gonna grind a ton so I can get several dragons showing up. Then I'll use that. Nice, Seaman, nice. That's okay, Panther. That's okay. Yeah, Stratford was my goal. It was my dream. See you later, Snowy Fox. With those dragons and see who wins. Okay. I am so lost right now. This doesn't seem to lead anywhere, so that was kind of useless. I have to get this treasure chest. Yeah, man. Like, I was happy performing wherever I was. I just, Stratford was kind of like the goal, right? That was like the place I wanted to be. And, I wanted to so badly. I remember I had a friend who got in at Stratford, and he had to sign a contract for, like, privacy or something. Like, it was something to do with, like, because he wasn't officially hired on by Stratford, because I guess Stratford, this is what I've heard, I don't know how accurate it is, but I guess Stratford doesn't just hire people. You have to go through their training program, and you have to audition for the training program, and then survive the training program before you officially get hired there. But they'll take no-name actors for, like, security guard #1. And so my friend got hired for that, and he had to sign, like, an NDA and everything, and he wasn't allowed to tell us till he was done the show and all this stuff. And so, like, I dreamed of doing that one day, being on a Stratford stage and actually be a Stratford actor. I never got there, but yeah, I was just happy performing. I miss it so much, and I wish that my life would have led me down that path, but you know how it is. You know how it is. Not everything goes through the training program. Okay. See, I would have loved to... That was weird. I would have loved to have trained with them, because I think getting some solid training from Stratford, you know, Stratford trainers would have been amazing. But I didn't get to work with her, but I trained with her, with Cynthia Dale, and that was a horrible experience. That was such a horrible experience. What is happening? Why are you shutting off? Huh. Hold on, I'm having a weird issue here. For some reason, my controller's like freaking out. I have a capture card, Panther. What is my name on Twitch? It is Retro for the first time, same as it is here. Right? And I had some right at the start. I had like major ones right at the beginning. But yeah, through college, they brought Cynthia Dale in. Oh, I think I know what happened. I think I know what happened. Hold on. Hold on, hold on. I know what happened. The dog walked by the original Pro Controller and triggered it, and it turned on and kicked off the other Pro Controller. That's what happened. That's why it was like battling. They were both trying to get into the first position. There we go. There we go. I'll just use the original one. But yeah, through college, they hired Cynthia Dale to come and watch us perform, and she said that I was a actor and that I should never act again because I was not believable, and that if I was expecting to get an agent, my talent needed to be here and I was down here, and that everything that I did on stage was complete bull, and that I should probably give up acting and go to school for something else. Yeah, the doggo wanted to play. She was like, I'll show you where to go. The Battle of the Pro Controllers. Yeah, Cynthia Dale does not have the best reputation. When she came, there was a couple of people who had worked with her in the past that were helping at the school, and they sat us down to warn us. They're like, be prepared when you meet Cynthia Dale. She is not the nicest person. She, at the time, now this is like 12, 13 years ago, at the time, she was the highest paid actress in Canada. Highest theater actress in Canada. And she was one of those, you know, the nightmare people you hear about in like TV shows and stuff, where it's like, I have to have vanilla scented candles that can burn for exactly 6 hours facing towards the east while I have purple Skittles on a bowl at a 95-degree angle. Those people, that's who she was. And so we were warned about this, like to the point where, you know, when you do a show and they have costumes, the costumes get washed by the wardrobe people. She had it in her contract that her costume had to be washed in a machine by itself because she didn't want other actors' perspiration touching her costumes. She needed a specific smell in her changing room so that way she could get into the zone while she was working. She had to have certain things done, like, I don't know, weird things done in her room in order for it to be the right kind of energy for her to get into on stage. And she would like throw hissy fits if things didn't go the way she wanted. Like, I was told she was a horrible woman. And then she walked in and proved herself. And the worst part was that I was the top student in the class, and she said that to me and then praised other people. And I don't mean like top student as in like I was the most talented, but like I had the highest grades, and the professors at the end gave us all kind of like a pep talk before we met Cynthia Dale and before we were going to do our auditions for agents. And one of the things that I walked away with was my head professor ended up telling me that he didn't like me as a person. He thought I was too snarky, and at the time I was, but he thought I was too snarky and that I needed to kind of humble myself a little bit, but that if I played my cards right, he could see me being one of the few students from the group that would have a future as an actor, and that I had an immense amount of talent. It was my attitude that was stopping me. And so like according to everybody, I was a really decent actor, and then she came in and just squashed that flat. It was horrible. It was horrible to hear. Misk, how's it going? Oh, I was having some tech issues, and then I just started talking right before jumping back in. I've never been so mad at a stranger before. That, you know, when you get to the top, if you're not aware of the dangers, you easily become one of those people, right? Like, even the kindest people can get a little bit big-headed, and in Canada, it's very hard to make it as a top actor, and she did. And she did really, really well. So she let it get to her, and everybody praised her, so she believed it. And now, I don't know how she is now, but at the time, she was arrogant. Arrogant. Talented woman. I've seen her perform, and she's great, but arrogant. I've never disliked an actor, and I dislike her. And performed, and he is not an ass at all. Yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of the actors I've worked with have all been phenomenal. They've all been super understanding. They've all been great. Oh, thank goodness for the lid. Just dropped my water, but I didn't spill it. I can't remember what this actor's called. Gordon Pinsett is one of my favorite actors. I loved him in all of college, and then I saw a movie with him where he's dealing with his wife who has Alzheimer's, and he's dealing with watching her forget him, and he has to kind of move on with his life. And he's older, right? And I got to meet him, and he's, you know, a great actor. And I went to a show, and you know the show Corner Gas, the old guy, the dad, if you guys don't know the show, it's like the snarky old man. I got to watch him on stage, and I got special invited tickets to go see. So it was really, really awesome because it was all like the who's who of Canadian acting, and I was there. Not because I was the who's who, it's just I was dating somebody who worked for the company that was starring on the show. Anyway, I got to go, and I got to sit next to Gordon, and I was such a fanboy. Like, I sat down, and I'm just getting ready for the show, and then I hear the voice, and I'm like, that sounds familiar. And I look over, and I'm like, oh, it's Gordon. Oh my God, it's Gordon. Oh my God, it's Gordon. Oh my God, it's Gordon. And I'm like freaking out the whole time. And then intermission comes, and we all get up, and we all go to the bathroom and stuff. And then I see him waiting to go and sit down, but he's like standing in the little hallway there. And I'm like, I'm sorry, are you Gordon Pinsett? He goes, yes. And I'm like, you're like my all-time favorite actor. He goes, I am. I'm like, I saw you in Away From Her. I'm like, and I've worked in healthcare, and your portrayal was phenomenal. I'm like, it's so good. I'm like, you were amazing. He gave me a giant hug and a kiss on the top of the head. The nicest man ever. So Cynthia Dale is a complete one-off because the top actors I've met were phenomenal. I know, I'm ranting so hard I'm spilling water. Cynthia Dale, look what you made me do. Acting is a tough gig. Acting is a tough gig. Jane Netick. Oh, it's over on Twitch. Thank you for following. I'm sorry. I wasn't bald at the time. I had a lot of hair back then. No worries. No worries, dude. Go do what you gotta do. Go do what you gotta do. Okay. I don't remember what I'm doing. So. If I push this down, I can move over here, which will bring me up. Which then can take me here, but that's not going to help me in any way. This area won't help me. How do I get out of here? You're going to buy Bowser's Fury? Oh, that worked. I can't believe that worked. I can't believe that worked. Snowy Fox, no worries. Oh, I still need the magic stick. I need the magic stick. Okay, so this is taking me where I wanted to go. I have a key now, right? I want to get up there, maybe? Maybe? No, wait, I can't get... No, yeah, from here. How... What? Oh, wait, I wanted to do here. Over here, over here, over here. You hate it, Jack? Do you hate it? We went hello! I know, right? YouTube is so different. YouTube is so different. I know, guys, I know, but... I don't know if you guys have been listening... But apparently YouTube is like the future of streaming, so we may have to get used to the whole weird YouTube thing because this may be where everybody ends up being, if you know what I mean. If you know what I'm saying. I'm worried there's gonna be like a heart piece or something. Okay. Whew. Panther, I only ever play Mario Kart. I don't play online with viewers. Ever. But how do I get there? No, I need that stick thing. I hope this works. I think it'll work. My favorite game is Final Fantasy VIII. There you go. I hope that worked. I don't know, Jack. I have no idea. Grumbles about level scaling. I saw your video. I saw your video. How you doing, man? I have 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10 part 2. So I have... I mean, I have digital copies. I don't have hard copies, but I have... Oh, God. I have so many of them. I think I have 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 2, 12, 12 lightning returns or whatever. I can't remember if it's like 12, 12, 2, and 12 lightning returns, or 12 and 12, 2 is lightning returns, but I have those. I have 14 or 15, I don't know, the king one, the one with the bromance one. Yeah, I have those ones. I need to play 6. That's what I keep getting told. That's what I keep getting told. The only ones I've beaten though are 7, 8, 10, 12, and I got to the very end of the bromance one. But I hated how they made the ending, so I stopped playing it, and I was waiting for the update to come out where they were going to fix the ending, and then I just never got back to it. I never went back to it. 15, okay, yeah, 14 is the online one. I can never remember which one the online one is. Vortex, no worries. No worries at all. How are you today? Okay. Trying to figure out where to go. I have a key, I think, right? I don't have a key. So where the heck do I go? If I've got a key, why can't I get to where I need? How do I get this one? Felt like half a game. Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was pretty decent. And then I started hearing all the terrible things about it. And then I got like to the last chapter and I was like, no, I don't want to play this. I want them to fix it before I play it again. No, a map. Awesome. Great. Yeah. I agree with you, man. It felt rushed. It felt very rushed. It was a bummer. It really was, because like graphically it was a decent looking game. And most of the gameplay was fun. I didn't like the driving parts, but most of the game was fun. I thought it was interesting. Yeah, it was rushed. It felt half-baked. No, this is the second to last dungeon, Jack. So I'm here, and this takes me here. Why am I here then? Yeah, I guess it'll just take me here. How the heck do I get to where I need? I don't know where I'm supposed to be going. Is this the final dungeon? Don't we have like the egg thing and the egg is the final dungeon, or is the egg just the finale? Yeah, I did see the prequel. I thought the prequel was good. I was so into it when it came out. Like I got the prequel video and I watched everything I could. In order to understand the story. Trying to get like my biggest experience possible. Oh. That's not this one. It brought me here. Oh no, wait. It was this one. Not here. This, I don't know what this is. Where does that take me? Yeah, like because I love Final Fantasy. I think it's great. I haven't played a lot of the original, like, 8-bit and 16-bit ones, but I love the Final Fantasy idea. So I was super, super stoked that there was a new one, because I loved 10. I liked 12, even though it was like a hallway, a corridor RPG. I still loved it. So when they had this new one coming out, I was so excited. Like, so excited. I'm drawing a blank, though. Oh, I'm screwing up. I'm screwing up my order. So 12, I played. I didn't beat 12. I beat 13. I played 12. I didn't beat it. I got stuck in a stupid endless loop, and I would have had to start the whole game again, and I just got mad and never went back to it. Now I have it on the Switch. I just haven't played it very much. But 13 I played, and everybody hated it, the corridor one. I thought it was good. Obviously, it was all hallways, so it kind of limits the exploring aspect of it. But, you know, 13 came out, so I was super excited for 14, because I was like, they have a new generation, they have better graphics, like, how great is this going to be? And it was almost there. It was almost there. I am excited. I'm a very, very big Zelda fan. Apparently, Nintendo just... Wait, what? Nintendo just repatented Wind Waker. And so I'm gonna guess that it's gonna be Wind Waker and Twilight Princess that are gonna come out, and then maybe Ganon, whatever it's called, Breath of the Wild 2. That's my guess. But I'm really excited. I love Zelda. Apparently they also did Spirit Tracks, so there could be a possibility of like them doing like a what's it called, like a compilation game where it has like Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass, and then maybe one of the other top-down handheld Zeldas. That would be really cool too. That would be really, really cool, actually. I've got all of these things wrong. I've got all these things wrong. So what the heck is this one? Dom, how's it going? So something like the collector's edition for that came to the game with the GameCube. Yeah, I have the GameCube one. I don't have the Master Quest one. I have the original one that came out. So it's got the Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, hint, like a demo of Wind Waker, Zelda 1 and 2 in it. And I love it. That's the only reason I bought my Wii, is so I could play that on stream. Yeah, so I'm excited, dude. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do, because like I like Zelda. I like Zelda a lot. I don't care that nobody else watches it when I'm streaming it. Zelda to me is just fun. I just love it. And last year they re-registered Ocarina of Time and Skyward Sword. We'll see what they do. You never know with Nintendo, right? Nintendo is so unpredictable, like so insanely unpredictable. Yeah, I'm hoping that there will be a lot, like, even if they don't do a compilation thing, but just, like, put them on the shop, you know? Just allow us to download them as, like, retro games. Yeah, sell them for, like, $15 each or whatever, and just let us buy them. You have Zelda for the Super Nintendo? That's so cool. I got the SNES Classic, so I've got Zelda on there. Okay. Yeah, that was the Phantom Hourglass and and Spirit Tracks. So I think it was Phantom Hourglass that got re-registered. So I don't know what Nintendo's thinking. Nintendo is so hard to read. They're so hard to predict. But I'm hoping it'll be something. Because I played Phantom Hourglass on stream about a year ago. Nobody watched it. I had a lot of fun with it. I thought it was super, super creative. I played them when they first came up, both Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass, and I loved them. I think they were very, very creative. So I would love to see them redo those. Yeah, Ginger Gamer, done with work. Have I ever played Gmod? I don't even know what Gmod is. I got the mini as well that comes with multiple games. Yeah, that's the one that I got. I love it. I lined up for it and everything. Dang it. Oh, over here. That takes me there. That doesn't help me. I need to get to these areas. Nope, I wasn't watching. Then you get to be a big boy and fly on your own. Oh, I hate those moments. I get so nervous for moments like that. You start feeling so safe while you're training, and then you go out into the real field, and you're like, oh, I'm not ready. Yeah, see, Wind Waker, Majora's Mask. It would be really cool if there was some kind of, like, collection that they released. Skyward Sword with updated controls is my dream. It is my dream because that's the only thing that held the game back, in my opinion. I thought the story was amazing. I thought the graphic style was awesome. Like, the art style was awesome. I really, really loved everything about the game, except for the controls. And my gripe with the controls was more that the technology just isn't up to par for these kinds of consoles. If it was like VR-style controllers where you could actually have motion tracking, yeah, that's an awesome idea. But obviously you can't do that with like a Switch or whatever. So if they just gave some regular controls or like a way to, I don't know, make the controls more accurate, Skyward Sword is amazing. Like, it's such a good game. It's such a good game. But your Paper Mario collection. Oh, man. Oh, a sandbox game by Valve? Yeah, no, I don't really play games like that. Okay, so now I'm here. I still don't have a key. There's this treasure, though. Ooh, hearts. I could use hearts. And magic. Who can you can always use some magics. Overhaul of Ocarina of Time Master Quest and Majora's Mask on a console rather than a handheld. You know, I would love to see that too. I would even be okay if they took those versions, except, whoops. This thing is making so much more noise now. I think my arm is starting to wear out. It's been like 4 years. I would love if they even took the handheld versions and just upped the resolution and brought them over, because they were graphically still very, very pretty. Except for the new mechanics they added on Majora's Mask, because the new mechanics kind of messed with the game. But if they had just the graphic engine brought over, I'd be so happy. Yes. Yes, I did. And it made me really sad that Nintendo hasn't done something like that, because I would so be happy with something like that. No, how do I get here, though? Through these stairs. It's got to be one of these ones that I haven't done yet. Buffalo, how's it going? Long time no see. How have you been? How have you been? Okay, so this led me outside. Which leads me here. Okay, so this one is from this one. Oh, duh. I forgot this thing. Oh, I missed it. Dang it. It's like a mini game. What? Okay, there's one. Now to fight the snow and ice to pick up the kiddos. All right, man, be safe. Be safe out there. Oh, strep throat. Not fun. Not fun. I hope you are feeling better, though. Ah. Finally. And no worries, Weewin. You lurk away. Okay, here we go. Here's some progress, finally. Finale. Finale, we have some progress. He only had a cold? Yeah. Strep can be a lot more stressful. But just getting sick in general, especially nowadays, is very stressful. You're still recovering from your cold? Holy crud. It's a massive cold. And that doesn't help with healing when you're not sleeping because of how sick you are. That doesn't help at all. Okay, so I can go here. Okay, that doesn't help me. This didn't help me. Yeah, your body's like, nope, no, not today. Not today. What, you want to rest and feel better? No way. We're gonna keep you up all night coughing. All night. So that was pointless. There's another one here. I mean, it wasn't pointless, but at this moment in time, it's pointless. There's a treasure chest here, but I feel like I need the stick for that. Those stairs must be from here, maybe? No, there's got to be another set of stairs. These stairs, maybe? Where do these stairs go? What is it ding 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 about? Doesn't show treasure chest here. Yeah, I need the dungeon item. I just don't have it yet. Hey, that worked. I can't believe that worked. Okay, okay, okay. We got another key. So now, what other locked door is there? There's that locked door. We're getting there. We're getting there. Wait, what did I... Wait, what? Hold on. Hold on. Oh, wait. Oh, I know. Ba-dum bum bum. Ba-dum bum bum bum. Anytime can you review my links in the bio? Oh man. Whoa! Okay, so this led me here. Oh, I need to put that down so I can push this over and grab that, whatever that is. Where did this take me? Where did this take me? This took me there, okay. And that was from... Where is it? Where was I? Where was I? Where was I? Where was I? I'm so disoriented. This one. Okay. Let's go back and hit that switch. Oops. Not good, not good, not good. Ba-dum bum ba bum. Bum bum ba-dum bum ba bum. Okay. Now where is the switch? I don't remember how I got to the switch room. I have to go investigate for a bit. And I can't go back because it's a one-way. Oh, I messed up. This dungeon is so disorienting. Shush, I know I have low health. I know, I know. Now I don't, so ha, leave me alone. Triangle leads to triangle, which is not what I want, so we're not gonna go there. Oh, that took me in a big circle. Okay, we're back here. want to say it's those stairs over there. Shush, get out of here. No, 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 what do you... If it's not here... No, it's not here. It's okay, could always use items. This is how you get your money's worth. You get completely lost for hours on end. Makes every cent worth it. No! Don't send me back up. Okay. No. Ow. There it is. Okay, here we go. These stairs, where do they take me? Oh, okay, I need the power. I need the power! Okay, so. I go here and around. I'm starting to remember how this place looks. We've only been here for a couple of hours. All right, Christian, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you hanging out. Have yourself a really good night. I hope I see you again. Okay. So that was to get to this thing. Alright, Christian, no worries. I'll be live for at least another hour, so if you are around at that point, then yeah, feel free to come hang out again. Ooh, yummy. I haven't had those in a while. My parents had some a couple of days ago when I went to pick up Nora after school, or after work, and my parents were having some. I haven't had them in forever. I love those. Okay, here we go. Wait, no, wait, what? No, wait. Hold on. Oh, oh, okay, boss fight, boss fight. Boss fight. Hold on, how can... Uh-oh, I'm about to die. Okay, just dodge him until he makes an ultimate attack. Oh, that work. Wait, I had the cream, I had the cream, I had the cream. Oh, nice. Awesome steak sandwiches. It's my dad's birthday on Monday, so we're probably gonna order Chinese food for them. My dad's really hard to shop for, so I can't buy him a birthday gift, so the plan is to order some Chinese food for him. There we go. Please be the magic wand. Please be the magic stick. Yes. Oh, please be the magic rod. Now I can burn things. Burn it all down the magic rod. What? Magic rod. That's how old I am. That's how old I am. Oh, amazing. I got it. Your dad turned 41. It's so weird when my viewers' parents are around the same age as me. It's so weird. I don't think I can ever get used to that. Or like when I see celebrities that are like drastically younger than me. Oh, I could have just taken the teleport thing. I could have just teleported right back to the entrance. Which then would have got me right there. Let's do that. Or like right now we're watching Bones and the lead characters of the show were like 35, 36 years old, and I'm like, man, that's like my age. And I look at them, I'm like, they look so much older than me. 40. Isn't it so surreal? Like, I'm gonna be 35 in 2 months. I'm gonna be 35 in 2 months, and I remember thinking my mom, not that she was old at 35, but it's like she was an adult at 35, and I'm sitting here going, I don't even know what I'm doing every day. I'm not ready to be an adult yet. 8 more minutes. Nice, Christian. Nice. I don't know how to adult yet. Right, man? It's weird. It's really weird because I'm not... I don't feel like I know what I'm doing at all in any way. You're turning 35 at the end of the month. So we're practically the same age. You're just a month older than me. So you know my pain. You know my pain. Okay. Oh, I can't do that. Okay. Huh. Yeah, I agree. I go with that. 2020 didn't happen. 2020 did not happen. I agree with that. 100%. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Nope, that's not helping. Dang it. Yeah. For me, it's the arthritis in the fingers. That has me really upset. I have arthritis on my left hand, just in these 4. And, that has me really upset, because I was a musician for so long, right? And I played bass for years, and now to think that I probably won't be able to play bass is kind of disheartening. It's kind of disheartening. Same here, man. Same here. Yesterday, I sat and I did a TikTok stream. And just sitting at the desk made my back hurt. And then by the end of the night, my back was so sore. With adults who go to work and then here, just an 11-year-old. Oh, man. Okay, that's not gonna work. Yeah, we're still on lockdown too, man. We're still on lockdown too. And a lot of stuff is shut down, but I don't have the time to exercise, so that's been a huge problem for me. Is I work like an insane amount of hours, which is not. Oh, that wasn't what I needed. Okay. Anyways, I work an insane amount of hours, and because I commute as far as I do, I lose a ton of my day. So I haven't been physical at all, so I've gained probably like 30 pounds since all of COVID started. And before that, I had stopped acting, so I gained like 30 pounds from then too. So I'm hurting. I'm hurting when I see myself. None of my clothes fit, and it's really frustrating. It's exhausting. It's emotionally exhausting, and then you add the commute that I have. So, you know, it's usually 2 hours to get there. I do my work, and then 2 hours to get back. By the time I'm back, I'm drained. Like, I'm absolutely drained. And then, you know, I do the stream and then work on TikToks and stuff. So any free time I have, I literally just want to sit and do nothing. And so it's pretty frustrating. And I used to be very physical because I used to do theater all the time, right? So I was on my feet all day long, dancing and learning choreography and stuff. And now I don't do anything physical. And I have no motivation to do it. And I don't know what's going to happen when things kind of get back to normal. And hopefully I can work in my own city and get those 4 hours that I lose in the commute and get them back so I can actually have energy to do stuff. But I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. Okay, so if I teleport here, I can go to this, which takes me here. And then I can do this fire thing. Okay. A 2-hour commute would be massive. Yeah. And I mean, my province is gigantic, right? I was listening to the radio and they were talking about how the distance north to south of Ontario could take you 2 days to travel. You would have to drive for 2 days to get from one point to the next. And from here to the next province, which is Quebec in one direction, that direction from what you guys can see, it's like a 10-hour drive. And from here to the other direction, which I can't even remember what province is next on the other side, it would be much longer than a 10-hour drive. So huge distances, right? And my commute itself is only 45 minutes, but because I have to go from my city to the city I work in to drop off my daughter, then from her place, I have to, like from my parents' place, I have to go and drop off my fiance, and then usually drive back in the opposite direction to go to where I'm working. And then do the opposite when I come home. So it adds a whole bunch to my commute. And a lot of the times it's like I'm in one part of the city and to drop off my daughter, and then go to the opposite side to drop off my fiance, and then back to where I started to go to work. So there's a lot of driving that happens for me, and it just adds up, and it's exhausting. It's so exhausting. It takes 5 to 6 hours from go to north to south England, end to end. Yeah, Ontario's huge. Ontario is huge. 20-minute commute, and he took up cycling again. Yeah, and that's what I'm hoping to find, Tara, is like when we moved here, it was an emergency state. Here, I'll give a little bit of a chat here, and I'll kind of explain what happened. So we were living in the city I work in, and that's where I was living, and everything was fine, but we lived in a really horrible apartment. Basically, when Alana moved, when her and I were dating, she was in an apartment that was an illegal apartment in the basement of a house, covered in mold. They had no windows. It was a horrendous place for them to live. When the landlord refused to do anything about the mold, she went to the landlord-tenant board, and they basically forced him to give her money to move out. So he paid her so she could move out. While she was at work, she mentioned that she needed to move, and one of the people that worked in the same building as her, wasn't really her coworker, but he was somebody that worked there as well, said he had a house and he was looking for tenants to take one of the floors of the house. It was a really old, like 5-story house type thing, right? Like a gigantic place. And so he offered her a place at a really good steal, and it was a 2-bedroom. The only stipulation was that he was still working on one of the bedrooms, and he was going to be remodeling the upstairs and the downstairs. So we would have to deal with some construction. So she said, fine. you know, because the prices in that city are horrendous. And so she moved in. 11 months into her living there, he still hadn't fixed the second room, which was supposed to be Nora's room. And so at that point, I was already living there. So her and I were sleeping in the living room. Nora had the master bedroom, and her bedroom was a construction zone. So we went to the landlord tenant board again to get him to fix it, because we were paying for a 2-bedroom and he wasn't giving us a 2-bedroom. He gave us a small discount, but it wasn't enough. And if we wanted to live in a 1-bedroom, that's what we would have done. So anyway, through all of this, he decides that he can't afford it anymore, and he ups and just sells the house. So a new landlord takes over and tells us we can stay to help him pay for the mortgage while he's constructing everything. And then he'll remodel our apartment completely, and then we can decide which one we want to take, and then our rent will go up and we'll have a nice new apartment. We lived there for another year, and this guy did some really, really bad deconstruction downstairs, ran into a bunch of problems. Then somebody called the city on him that he didn't have the permits to do all the construction he was doing, so they put a halt to everything. He had dumped all the guts that he had pulled out from downstairs into the backyard, so we no longer had use of the backyard. And then our heat was broken. Basically, when he bought the house, the gas company came to investigate to see how the gas was, and realized that the furnace they were using, it was an old gas furnace, like oil furnace, the ones that the radiators and stuff, and he wasn't supposed to be using it, so they shut off the gas. So we had no heat. Now this happened in like March, so it was okay when it happened. And then, you know, the summer went, and he said he was gonna have it fixed, and it never happened. And then comes the winter, and it's freezing outside, and we have no heat. So he bought us 2 little space heaters for the whole apartment, and we had to suffer through the cold. Kept our mouth shut because the deal was so good that we're like, we're not going to move because he'll fix it eventually. And so we're kind of biding our time. And then the girl that lived upstairs ended up calling the city, and then they forced him to put in heat. So they put in heat. The girl upstairs ends up moving out, and then he lets new people move in who are paying almost triple what we were paying. He lets them move in, and then they start problems. And so basically they would be making noise at all hours of the night. At one point, it was like 11:30 at night, and they were dragging furniture upstairs. So we knocked on their door, and we're like, guys, we need to work in the morning. Can you just please keep it down a little bit? He's like, oh yeah, we'll be done in just a minute. Don't worry, we'll stop. 1:30 in the morning comes along, and he's still dragging furniture, banging things, dropping tools and whatever. So I go and I knock again, and I'm like, dude, like, it's 1 in the morning, and he just loses it on me, talking about how I'm a racist, and that clearly as a white guy, I don't care. So I lost it on him, because being a person of color, I was incredibly offended that he was pulling the race card on me. And so I lost it on him. And then he got threatening. He got to the point where he would have his gangster friends come over. They were selling drugs upstairs, and like hardcore drugs, because we could hear them. Because when the landlord put heat in, he didn't put it in properly. They basically dug a hole in our floor to send a pipe from where the heater was through our apartment up to there, so we could hear everything they had upstairs. We could hear them selling drugs and everything. Anytime we would knock on the door for whatever reason, like if they left stuff in the laundry, the woman would always answer in like a thong and a bra, so like no self-respect whatsoever. And so we could hear them selling drugs. And then it got to the point where, and I tried calling the police for the noise complaint, and the police said that it's too bad, so sad, figure it out. So they didn't help us at all. Anyway, when all this was happening, he started bringing his friends over. So we had people coming and going all day and all night, and not the nicest looking people. And then it got to the point where if I was doing anything, they would like block my car in. One time they took my parking space, and then I parked my car behind him while I was emptying the car out from groceries, and the dude came out and was like super threatening, pointed at me, and basically like did like the "you're dead" symbol. And I was like, dude, it's my parking spot. Like, I didn't even say anything. I was like, sorry man, I'm moving my car right now, I just needed to get the groceries out. And then they would block my car in, and then just stand there and stare at me whenever I would like come downstairs, and it was super dangerous. So we started looking, and we moved out here. But we both worked over there. So the plan was for her to finish her training to become the nursing assistant like I am, and then we were both going to move out here. And then COVID hit, and so she wasn't able to finish her training, and we've just kind of been floundering ever since. So we've been living out here, and then she finally finished her training, and now the places that are hiring here all require a driver's license, and she doesn't have one, so she can't transfer until she gets a job that will hire her without a license. And so we're trapped. And so it's kind of one of those, we want to work here, but we can't. So we just have to keep commuting. It's exhausting. It was exhausting. You can't just call somebody and be like, they sell drugs. How do I prove it? Right? The police are going to show up and they're going to be like, yeah, your neighbors say you sell drugs. And then, you know, not exactly something you could say, right? Like, what am I supposed to say? Hey, guys, so the guys upstairs sell drugs. Like, I have no proof, right? I have no evidence. I'm petty, so I don't care if I get shot. Oh, man, I used to have a 2-hour... Okay, I read that already. But, hey, Poetry Falcon, how's it going? How are you? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, so, I mean, we found this great place, and it was a steal compared to what the prices are right now out here. Like, it was like $400 underpriced, which for us was amazing. It had the room for the stream, as you guys can see, and we were in a much quieter neighborhood. We're actually in a fairly wealthy neighborhood, which is really nice because all of our neighbors keep to themselves. All of our neighbors are respectable. All of our neighbors are just kind of regular folk, right? Whereas before we were living in a really bad neighborhood and the guy upstairs being a drug dealer and just not good, right? Just not good. So it was just not a good place for us to be. But we moved here, way less headaches. We have some guys that live upstairs, but overall, they're not very noisy. They stomp around when they walk around, but besides that, they're not really that bad. We've butted heads with them a few times about the backyard, but ever since then, everything's been great. And, you know, it's fine. Like, we're happy here. It's just about getting the job to be out here now. And, you know, it's going to be a few more months of us doing the commute. That's fine. At least I have an income, and at least we have decent incomes, so we're okay. But it's exhausting. I'm tired. I'm really tired. But I'm just glad that we have landlords that aren't scumbags. They're cheap. We ask them to do stuff and they try to find the cheapest way to fix it. And not cheap in like the, oh, this is the bargain version. Like, we're talking like, oh, we have doors that lead to a sunroom that isn't insulated and the glass is broken on one of the doors and they have yet to replace it. And then his repair was to bring cardboard to cover the hole. It already had cardboard, so that was pointless. We want a new door so the cold doesn't get in. But like, it's them just being cheap, but it's not them being bad landlords. Like, anytime we've had a problem, they show up. Like, there's a hole that leads into the basement under the sink and it's letting cold air in. We called them yesterday about it. They're showing up tomorrow to deal with it. Like, they're decent landlords, right? I think they're good people. They're just trying to save $1. But it's a huge difference us being out here. Like, we're so much happier out here. It's just the commute. The downside for me is I bought a new car before we moved, before all of this happened. And I've already got like 50,000 kilometers on it. And my bumper to bumper is for 60,000 kilometers. And I put in 50,000 in a year and a half. It really hurts because now the car's worthless. And I wanted to use it for 8 years and I don't even think it's going to last that long. And I put in like 40,000 kilometers just in the 11 months I've been living here. It's painful. It's painful. Get a search for it. But it's life, you know. We're in a better place because of the fact that I'm living out here and I have a place to really, you know, work on my stuff. I've been able to up all of my stream stuff and my TikTok stuff, so it's been a good change. It's just about now reducing the commute so I can, you know, get home in 20 minutes, 15 minutes, and be able to take a break and still work on TikToks and stuff before even starting the stream. Like, right now, I'm gonna finish the stream. Not now, but like in an hour, I'll finish the stream. And I'm going to still spend another hour doing a couple of TikToks probably. So it's really time consuming. I'm really, really looking forward to moving. Anyways, that's the story of how I ended up where I am now. Okay, so I needed to get to this thing, right? Oh, Jack. Now, you didn't do it with, you didn't do a Japanese account, did you? But so far, Night Owl 2021 has come to a decent start. I got some bad news about a friend today. I'm waiting to get like a surgery on my elbow, and I'm probably gonna have to get a tooth pulled, but those are like minor things. Besides that, you know, TikTok has really changed the stream game for me, and I'm in a wonderful home with a wonderful family, so 2021 should be a much, much better year. Much, much better year. Too lazy to figure out how to do that. I guess you're gonna have to wait. I guess you're gonna have to wait. Okay, so that works for there. So I can do this one now. Wait. Where is it? Over here, this one, right? I haven't. I was Googling it yesterday. I didn't even know what it was. I'm not a huge Marvel fan. I don't dislike Marvel. I'm just not like a fanatic like some people are. I think I've watched like 3 movies from the Marvel universe. I watched Winter Soldier. I watched Winter Soldier. Yeah, because I watched some of the Spider-Man movies, but they're not really part of the universe, right? They're just like their own standalone movie. So I watched one of the Spider-Man movies. Like the whole MCU, I've watched one of the Spider-Man movies. I've watched Winter Soldier, and I watched Captain America, the first one. And I kind of watched some of the Guardians of the Galaxy. And that's it. Then your Spider-Man films are. Let me hear your opinion. Let me hear your opinion. I was referencing more, Dom, that like I haven't watched any of the ones that like all of them are meeting together and they're all doing stuff together, like the Ultimate Alliance or whatever they're called, the Alliance ones, whatever that's called. Okay, so what did I pick up? A regular key, which should take me to this thing. But how do I get to this thing? Okay, these stairs, but where do these stairs come from? I don't see any stairs that would lead here. Where are the stairs to take me here? That's the last key that I have. No. Fake Spider-Man fan. I pushed the jump button too late. That circle. Where's the other circle? Oh, is that where this one goes? Stop spoiling it, man, in case anybody else hasn't played the game. I mean, I already played it, so I know. I knew the secrets. I knew all the secrets. But I couldn't believe it either. I was blown away. I was blown away. No, I feel you, man. I feel you. Oh, it made me cry too. It made me cry too. Absolutely it did. Here we go. I messed up. Yeah, no, I know it's a huge mess, right? Like, and then they like took away the license, and now Disney has actually decided to pay for part of the films to keep him in the stories and blah blah blah. Like there's a whole mess with that, right? But I didn't mind them. I thought the Tom Holland movies were good. Oh, I think he played a good Spider-Man. I mean, Tobey Maguire is always kind of kind of gonna be my Spider-Man, only because, you know, I was younger when he came out, and because I remember the first like really good Spider-Man game I played was the one based on the movie after the one that Spider-Man 2 that was on like the PlayStation 2 or whatever. But I remember I was blown away when I went to Radio Shack and they had PCs there and they were running Spider-Man, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And then I got Spider-Man and I was getting like 3 frames a second. You peed your pants, dude. I can't wait. I'm gonna play it for sure. He was a good Peter but a bad Spider-Man. A good Spider-Man but a bad Peter. Tom Holland is decent in both. Yeah, I did. So there's that rumor that they keep talking about where oh, I gotta get back to the beginning now. How do I get back to the beginning? That rumor about, like, there was a rumor that supposedly Tom Holland, Peter Parker, Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire potentially could do like an MCU Spider-Man universe thing. And that would be really cool. I think that would be really awesome to see, and have like Tobey Maguire be the old adult Spider-Man, and then have Andrew Garfield be like the young adult Spider-Man, and then have Tom Holland be the young Spider-Man. I think that would be really cool. What, you didn't like that? You didn't like that? You didn't think it was sexy? With the comb over emo hair? Comb over to emo hair? That was... I cringed hard at that. What I hated was how they did, like, the first movie had 1 bad guy. Second movie had 2 bad guys. Third movie had 3 bad guys. Why? Why? Just do 1 bad guy and stick to the story, and then maybe do like a 4th movie with all of them getting together or something. But like, there's plenty of bad guys. You don't need to put a whole bunch of them in every movie. It was so cringy. It was so cringy. Did you see the video that they made on YouTube where it was like they took away the music and then just added like sound effects as if it was like what it would sound like in real life? So like they have the footsteps, you have like, yeah, oh hey, oh ah. It's like, oh my god, it's even cringier. It's the worst. It's the worst, but it's so good. It's the worst, but it's so good. You've seen that? It wasn't as so horrible. You need to find it. It's so good because it's just so bad. Oh, man. Didn't... Hold on. That's what I heard, that he was gonna be the Doc Ock again. Yeah. It would be a really cool idea, though. I think it would be a really, really cool idea to see a crossover like that. Okay. What am I trying to do? 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 I'm trying to get here. Oh, yeah, entrance. Wasn't it like, didn't it just add some extra cringe to the already existing cringe? That's a nope from me. Oh, man. It is. It's just so awkward, but it's so accurate. And the thing is, that's probably what it sounded like. Because my guess would be that they didn't have a song picked at that point. They may have played some music for him to kind of dance to, but it would have been just random stuff. But like all the cast, that's what they would have been hearing, is like all the random noises he'd be making while doing that moment. Because like I did a movie once, like a short film once, where I had to do some dancing, and they pulled out like a little like speaker and they plugged it into their phone and then just played it, or an MP3 player or something, and they just played it, and it was like the tiniest little tinny noise, and we all had to pretend like we were dancing in like this really big scene. There we go, finally. Yeah. How did the studio interfere? I don't know enough of the details. Right? It is. Or like even any background stuff. Like I hate so much, because you know, I studied theater and stuff, and I hate so much when you see those try-hard actors in the background. When like they're literally sitting there and they're supposed to just be having dinner, and it's like, yeah, I know, it's true, and blah blah blah. But instead of just doing that, they're like, it's like, whoa, dude, you're like, calm it down, bring it down like 100 notches. And the silent background dancers. Or I did a couple movies that were supposed to be short films that were supposed to be like one was horror and the other one was more of like just a tense moment. And the horror movie, I remember, was really awkward because like it was well lit for us, right? So I could see everything, and it's like the scary moments aren't there because I can see the dude in his makeup standing next to me, even though I'm not supposed to see him. And then same with the tense moment. There was a tense moment in the one movie. I was holding a gun to somebody's head, and I'm standing there holding my gun to his head. And in the movie, it's literally me, the bouncer, and this guy that I'm holding the gun to. And it's all like super, super tense and whatever. And there's literally like 15 people in the room with us, and it's really well lit, but because of the aperture and stuff, you're able to like make it much darker, so it looked like we were in this dark, dingy place, and there was just a bunch of people everywhere. It was the funniest thing to see it on screen versus what I saw in real world. Or there was another one that I did where I was like in an elevator, and the elevator, it was just me in this little room, but in the real world there was like the sound guy and the whatever that person is that makes sure everything is the continuity person, and the director, and like there was just so many people in this tiny room, but in the movie it was just me. It was so weird. I loved it. Background kung fu. Or when you look at those superhero movies without the special effects, there's one with like the Flash and Supergirl, and just watching them like do their superpowers is friggin' hilarious. Background work, and she talked about that, having to dance like a wedding scene with no music, right? It's awkward. I'm gonna die. Oh, he hit me twice, so we're gonna have to do all that again. Yeah, the circle arms. Oh man. But that's the magic, right? Like I think to myself, I did a movie where I did a movie where I had a short film where I had to kiss a girl, and I had never met her before, and we were there for like half an hour just kind of waiting, and we had to talk because it's like, yeah, so we're gonna kiss in this, and she's like, yep, and it was the very first scene we were filming, and so it's like we got to know each other in like 15 minutes, and it's like, all right, let's kiss and pretend we're passionately in love, because this was at the end of the whole story, and so at this point we're passionately in love and we're kissing, but it was just so weird to do that with somebody I had never met before. Right? Nobody seems to notice, you know, the guy yelling at the other person about sleeping with his wife, and everybody's just like, oh man, this piece of chicken is delicious. I know. It's like, you don't see that happening right there? The whole world in real life is like, pull out your phone. Shh. And that was probably, oh, I survived it. That was probably one of the best pieces of acting advice I ever got, was never ignore what's actually happening. Whoops. Never ignore what's actually happening, because the audience is going to notice that and they're going to stick to it. And so, like, I was watching a show once. So I've seen it in like amateur productions, like stage stuff. And you know, they drop something and they ignore it for the whole scene until one of the stagehands can take it off set or whatever. And the whole time I'm watching it. They drop a handkerchief or whatever, I'm watching it. And there was a show, I've talked about this before. I went and watched a play. I was dating a girl and she had to write an essay on this play. So we watched it 3 times in a row. So her essay was about like the different versions of the same production that could happen within a cast. And so we went and watched the show 3 separate times. The first 2 times it went off without a hitch. The third time they had an accident happen on stage. And basically it was a girl was going in to audition for a show. The director didn't really want to give her the audition, and they're kind of bickering back and forth. And in the end, he ends up like sexualizing her or something. I can't remember now. He asks her to undress, or she ends up undressing or something to like seduce him. And it turns out that the girl isn't really a girl. She's like some kind of goddess or something. I don't remember. It was a weird story. Typical theater. And so in one of the scenes, she's talking to him about the audition and she's super nervous. And so like she sits down and she's giving this conversation with him while he's sitting at the table. And in one of her mannerisms, she knocks over a bunch of pencils that were on the table. And that wasn't supposed to happen. The professionalism of these 2 people, it was a 2-hander show, and the professionalism of these 2 people to clean up the mess that she made and ad-lib lines so it would make sense to the story was phenomenal. If I had not seen the show twice before, I would not have known that wasn't supposed to happen. It was so well done. And to me, that's true acting. When you take that moment, whatever happens, and you're going to react to it, because that's what people do. They don't just sit there awkwardly, or they sit awkward, but it's like do you see that? Like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening right now. But everybody reacts. But some movies, you see the people completely ignoring it. Somebody's getting shot and everybody's like, oh yeah, can you pass the pepper, please? It's like, what? Eyes Gnome, I think is how you say your name. Hello, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Jamie, hello. Double KO. I was in the middle of talking. Jamie, I hadn't looked at chat yet. But how are you? Avi Arad was the one who pushed hard to have Venom in Spider-Man 3, but Sam Raimi didn't want Venom because he felt that Venom lacked humanity. Raimi instead wanted Vulture as oh, okay. Yeah, another one that I watched where they couldn't do anything because it was completely a mechanical issue and they couldn't work it into the show was I went to go watch the stage production of Misery, the Kathy Bates movie from years and years and years ago that's based on the book Misery. It was a play of Misery, and the way that they did the scene, you know, if you guys have seen the movie, there's you probably have seen the movie because it's such a classic. There's the scene where he gets out of his room and then explores the house, and she comes in and he's kind of like rushing back into his room as she's kind of walking from room to room. So they redid that on stage and it was really cool. They had a rotating stage. And so what was happening was he was wheeling himself as the stage was turning underneath him. So he was going into the next room, but in the real world, he was just sitting in the same place. So that was happening. But the way I watched the preview night, so it wasn't opening night yet, and the way that they had built everything, it was rotating, and one of the handles fell off a door and landed right under the wheel, so the stage stopped moving, and there's nothing they could do. How do they continue the scene with the set halfway turned? And so they literally just stopped, and the director's like, all right, hold on, guys, we've had a technical issue. We're just going to take it back, so just give it a second. The actors didn't move. They didn't break character. He literally, all he did was put his head down, and she was in the room next to him, and all she did was put her head down, stood in the same position, just put their head down. Took them about 15 minutes to fix the door and get the track cleared. They did that, and then the director's like, okay, we're just going to take it back to this line, and we'll go when you guys are ready. And then the lights dimmed back to what it was, and then literally he just went, and then said the line, and then they just continued as if nothing had happened. That was also really cool to watch, because you watch that moment of the actor just freezing, and it's just like he's paused, and they're fixing everything around. It was so cool. It was so cool to see. But yeah, the Stephen King one. And they did, like, in the movie, they broke his ankles. In the book, she cuts his legs off, or his ankles off, his feet off. And in the stage production, they did the feet thing. It was so cool to watch. It was so cool to watch. When I was stage crew for Anything Goes, we had a cartwheel get stuck and spilled marbles all over the stage. So we threw on a costume as a sailor and just went out and swept. Yeah, like little things like that. Like it's really cool when stuff like that happens. I really need to see, which both have amazing set design, and that's Warhorse. And so I read Warhorse. I loved it. I've never seen either of them. I loved it. I've never had a chance to see Warhorse. I really want to. All right, Tara, have yourself a good night. Enjoy your supper. I hope it's delicious. I'm sure it will be. But yeah, it's really cool to watch stuff like that happen. Like, it's just so cool. Oh, we got to do this all again. Triangle to triangle. It doesn't even take me back an easier way, so we're just gonna have to go this way. The show that I really loved, it wasn't that the set design was great, it was the direction they went with the set, was Jersey Boys. Watching Jersey Boys was a really, really cool experience. Yeah, I've seen those. I've seen those. I've seen those. Back in the day when things weren't nearly as professional as they are now. The stormtrooper? The stormtrooper? Yeah. Oh, that one's hilarious. That one is hilarious. Oh, man. But like, I've done stuff like that. Not that something went wrong in the show, but I'm one of those pretentious actors. I'm a pretentious artist, if that makes sense. Like, people are always like, sing, and now I don't sing anymore professionally, so it's not the same. But when I was singing professionally and I got paid for it, I was like, no, I don't sing unless I'm getting paid, because this is my instrument and I'm not going to just use it. I'm either training or I'm getting paid to sing. So sorry. So when I would do a show, if somebody was really, really rude in the audience, I would call them out. There was one time where I was doing a Rocky Horror, and the final number that I had is a big emotional moment, and we played it like, in the movie they played it very melodramatic. We played it genuinely dramatic. Like, it was, we would have the audience crying by the end of the number. That type of like realistic being upset or whatever. And I was doing that number, and I remember there was this guy that was there, and he was known to be a creep, and nobody wanted him there because he was just a creepy dude. And he was sitting at the front by himself, front row. And the way we were performing the show, we were like in the audience and stuff. And so I'm singing, and all there is one spotlight on me. Everything is black, so I can see if there's any lights on at all. And the dude starts texting halfway through my number. I literally walked up, I grabbed his phone, and I threw it behind me onto the stage, and then I continued my number. He was super upset with me, but it's like, bro, you're ruining my performance, and you're ruining everybody else's experience. I was a little pretentious as an actor. You love Rocky Horror? I do too, man. I do too. One of the remasters, they added a sound effect and played on it. That's amazing. Jonathan Frakes, better known for Commander Riker in Star Trek. David was very prone to tripping through the doors. Welcome back, Snowy Fox. How are you? Dr. Scott. Janet? Rocky. Okay. Where am I going? I'm so disoriented. I am going there, which comes from here. You loved Richard O'Brien. So I had never seen the show. I didn't know anything about Rocky Horror, and there was an old hotel. It was one of those like century-old hotels, and they had built a theater in there when the hotel was still successful. And so the hotel failed, but they kept the theater, and because it was an architectural historical site or whatever, the theater stayed open, and so they used to do the show every Halloween. I moved to this region, and I hadn't spent a Halloween here yet, and that Halloween, I got asked to do the show. Or the first Halloween I wasn't doing a show, I got asked to do the show. So I went and I auditioned, and I got Eddie. And I was like, okay, cool, I got Eddie, that's pretty awesome. And then I went and watched the musical, I can't remember his name, the Tim Curry movie. I went back and watched it, and I didn't like it. Don't get upset with me. I didn't like it. I was watching it alone in the middle of the day, not knowing what I was getting into. So I was watching it, I was like, okay, it's really bad rock and roll, and it's just trying to be offensive, and I don't get it. And so I was like, whatever, like, I don't want to be a part of this. So I ended up canceling. I reneged my role, and somebody else took it, and they did it. I went and watched it during the run, and I fell in love with the show. And so then the next year I auditioned again, and I got Eddie again. And so I did Eddie. Loved it. Thought it was the greatest experience ever. That year, they shut down the building. A Chinese company bought the building, the land, and were going to tear down the building and build condos. They tore down the building. They never built the condos. So historical site destroyed for nothing. Anyway, so they shut down. That year that I did it was the last year they were doing it. And my friends started a theater company, and they did Rocky Horror. Since this place had shut down and weren't going to do it anymore, they decided to take the reins. And so they hired me on to be Eddie again. They knew I was super busy, so I wasn't going to be able to commit to doing anything else. And so I was going to do Eddie. 3 weeks before opening night, they had a falling out with the guy playing Frankenfurter. And he threatened them and was going to sue them. It turns out that he had invested into the company and stolen a bunch of money without the company knowing. And when they found out, they confronted him, and then he quit and pretty much thought they weren't going to have a show. So the director called me, and she said, can you just please do Frankenfurter? She knew my skill as an actor, but she didn't know if I could do Frankenfurter. But for her, it was like, at least you'll be able to, I know you'll be able to carry the show as well as you can until we find somebody. And so then I ended up stepping in, and I was like, I'll do it for the first few weeks, and then I can only do it every other weekend because I'm working. And so 2 weeks before opening night, I broke both my ankles. And so they were super worried, but I, at the time, was so dedicated to my acting that I ended up going on stage with broken ankles anyway. Refused to use crutches and decided not to use cane. I caused permanent damage because of it. And so I did Frankenfurter. And then I lost my job while the run was going, so then I just took Frankenfurter fully. And I did Frankenfurter fully. That was the first professional show I ever did. And then I did Frankenfurter for 4 years after that. On the fourth year that I was doing it, I stepped back because it was just too much for me. Like, I had done the show way too many times. And so I stepped back, and I was basically just a fill-in Frankenfurter. And I did Riff Raff one night. And oh no, I did Frankenfurter as a fill-in. And then the year after that, I didn't want to be in it at all. And then they called me and they're like, look, our riffraff is sick, can you step in? They called me at 1 in the afternoon for 6 p.m. performance. And so they sent me the script so I could memorize riffraff. I had most of the script memorized anyway, so I played riffraff for one night. And then I didn't do it for a few years. And then the city that I was just living in, they had auditions. And I walked in and I was like, you know what? If I'm anybody, like I'd rather be riffraff than Frankenfurter because I don't feel confident. They don't know me. They don't have that like of me to be able to just step in and take the role. But I was like, I'll put him on anyway. And then they saw that I had done him and they were looking for a Frankenfurter that had done Frankenfurter before. And so I stepped in. I was like, I'd rather be riffraff. And so they had me sing some stuff. And they're like, okay, you're a good singer. And they're like, can you sing I'm Going Home? And I was like, okay. And so then I prepped it and I was like, I'm gonna sing it differently. I'm like, I'm not singing what the music is, I'm gonna sing it the way I've always sang it. Hopefully you like it. I sang it and I got the role. And then I played Frankenfurter last year. But yeah, I hated it and then I fell in love with it. And Rocky Horror is one of the only shows that I pretty much have fully memorized and I could still quote lines without any problem. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna die immediately. But yeah, I did Frankenfurter a lot of years. What's your favorite Lionel Richie song? Oh man, we had so many call-outs. So the performance I did recently, they didn't really do call-outs. They expected them, but this theater had never done the show, so the audience didn't know what to expect, so they didn't really do the call-outs as much as I would have liked. One lady, so in this area, there was one lady in particular that everybody loved having her in the audience because she would do the call-outs, but hated her in the audience because her call-outs were so good, they would break character constantly, and she traveled all the way to the other city to watch us do it because she knew I was in it and she had seen me do it before, and she knew one of the girls that was directing the music who had done the show before too, so she came to see it. But some of the call-outs we got were so good. Like the one line that we worked out was, it's the part where Columbia loses it on Frankenfurter and then they drug her and take her away right before the big finale number, and like before the party scene or whatever. And so she loses it on me, and then I end up saying, like, they end up saying, Master, what's gonna happen? And then I end up saying, come, our guests are waiting or whatever. So the joke we had, and if anybody's underage, I'm sorry guys, you're being warned. And so the joke we had was the drummer was on stage with us in the one company that I worked with, and they would end up saying their line, and then he would stand up and he'd be like, hey, Frankie, I'm gonna go out and get some coffee. What do you want in yours? And I'd turn around and be like, come! And then he'd be like, ugh. Like, our guests are waiting, and I'd walk away. He was so good at giving call-outs. He would come up with the most random stuff, but we got really good at timing, so I would wait every time a call-out would come out. I loved it. I loved it. They go in fancy dress. No, that's not what they do here. Here, what they do is, like, they full out dress up as the characters. So the one night I remember I was performing, and I walk out on stage, and, you know, I start with, how'd you do, I? And the lights come up as I'm just a sweet transvestite, whatever. And the lights come up and I could see the audience. And in the front row, we had one of every single cast member, and their costumes put ours to shame. Their costumes were phenomenal. Like, identical, makeup and everything to the movie. And I was like, dang. And then the Frankenfurter came to take a picture with me, and I'm not super tall, I'm 5'11". But this guy was like 6'8". He was huge, and he was wearing heels. He was hugging me, and I was like down to his ribs as he's hugging me, the two Frankenfurters, and I was like, this is really weird, I'm so tiny. Oh, man. That's amazing. I would love that version. I would love to see that version. Yeah, the shows I did, the last one I did, we didn't interact with the audience, but the other shows I did, we did. So like, I'd walk up and I would like touch somebody's shoulder as I'm delivering lines or whatever, kind of like my buddy or whatever. And then during the I'm Going Home number, I did this on a complete whim. I wasn't expecting to do it. It was just kind of something I did. I'm singing. And, you know, and I would sing it very emotionally, and I would sing it. I wouldn't just like, from the day I went away. Like, I actually sang it. And as I'm like getting into it, I see this really big guy. Like, I'm talking like 250 pounds of pure muscle and not a drop, not a strand of hair on his head. And he's super serious the whole time. And I walked up and I ended up sitting on his lap and sang to him. And then when I stood up, I placed a huge kiss on the top of his head. So he had like huge red lips on the top of his head for the ending of the show. And then it just became a thing. And I would do that every show. So every show I'd kind of like watch the audience as I was performing to pick the one that was having the least fun and then kiss them. Oh man. I am taller than Kevin Hart. I am taller than Kevin Hart. Am I taller than Tim Curry? Wow, I didn't know that. Oh, but I had so much fun with that show. I had so much fun with that show. It's one of the shows that I could do many times. Still, I could do it many more years without ever completely losing interest. I want to see if I can find. Since you're a fan of the show, I don't show this often, but I'll show you. Image browse. Yeah, I know I died. I know Zelda. Okay. That's me as Frankenfurter. That was me as Frankenfurter. Now, this was the recent show that we did, and they went for, like, a Karen wig, which I wasn't a fan of, but I liked the whole outfit, but that was me as Frankenfurter. And so the girl you see right behind me, that's Columbia, and then that's our Janet. And the worst part for me for this show is I walked into audition, right? And you know, new area to work in. I had never worked with people, and I walk into the audition room, and the redhead that's right behind my arm was there at the audition room, and she's my ex-girlfriend from this city, which is like an hour away from where I did this show. And I walk in just to see her. I was not happy because her and I did not have a good breakup. Her and I had a very rough breakup, and walking in to have to work with her was not fun. It was really not fun. You're a little scared because I'm a professional actor? Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was such a good show. I don't have any video footage of this performance. I wish I did. I didn't get a chance to buy the DVD of it, but I loved it. I loved it. It was such fun. It was such fun. Really? He was born 30 minutes roughly from where you live. That's cool. Oh man. Tim Curry was such a talented actor. It's so sad what happened to him. Of Mario, like from Amazon, you mean, Jack? Well, it's like me. A lot of the famous Canadians come from like around the area I grew up, like within half an hour of the area I grew up. Like, I know that Drake grew up like 35 minutes from where I grew up. William Shatner was another one that was from something like 45 minutes from where I grew up. Jim Carrey was from like 15 minutes down the road. I'm pretty sure Jim Carrey ended up going to one of my friend's high schools. Who was another one? There's another guy that comes from really close to where I live. The one singer, the I begin with kisses. He's like an hour away from where I live. Like my area, general area, a lot of talented people come from there. Rick Astley was born. I didn't even know he's from the UK. I had no idea. Well, you guys all know about Nick Cordero. He's from my hometown. He was a family friend. Shawn Mendes, that's the one. Shawn Mendes, that's the one. Castle TV, how you doing, man? How are things going? It's funny because that's who I use whenever I have to do an audition that's like a rock audition. I always use a Shawn Mendes song because I can like rock it up a bit. Christian, welcome back. That's so crazy. The UK has a ton of talent though, and you guys have some of the best like art schools, right? Like I know one of the best theater schools, straight theater schools, is in the UK. I know like it's about the superheroes and stuff, but I don't actually know what the show itself is about. Nice, what are you having for dinner? I'm doing okay, man. I'm doing okay. Just getting close to the end of the stream. I've been trying this boss for the last like 25 minutes, but because I'm doing a 3-heart challenge, I keep getting killed. I'm struggling. I'm struggling. I hear it's a good show. I hear it's a good show. I'm just not a huge MCU fan, so I never had any interest in watching it, but it seems interesting, so I want to check it out. That's awesome, Dom. That's awesome. Hey, Preston! How are you, man? Speaking of talented actors, guys, we were just talking about, like, actors and performances and stuff. How have you been, Preston? Oh, come on, don't let me die. Are you just not gonna come over here, dude? Preston, how have things been, man? No! Oh! Dang it, man. Dang it. No, absolutely. Absolutely. The UK's got a lot of talent. A lot of talent. Ugh, I don't know if it's gonna happen, Preston. We've been working at this for a while. Oh, the stream's been good. The stream's been good. Have been having some technical issues recently, and I was kind of on the verge of not knowing what to do because oops, dang it. I was having blue screens of death happen. They were happening on stream and everything. It was pretty rough. And so I didn't know what to do because Alana had run into some trouble with work. She basically got hired at a new place, and then the old place, she quit. And then the new place called her and said, no, sorry, we can't hire you anymore. And so she was kind of stuck. Thankfully, the old place decided to keep her. But, so I wasn't going to be able to afford to repair the computer. Now things are a little bit better, so I have to repair my computer. But I'm just not looking forward to having to do everything. But besides that, things have been good. Stream is still growing. Still, you know, hanging out with a lot of people, which is really cool. TikTok has really done a lot of cool things for me. I've been in contact with some really big companies. I don't know if you saw, because it was on TikTok. And I posted it on Twitter, but I didn't really post it anywhere else. But you know the game Dead Island? And the people that make it, Deep Silver? I got signed on as a partner with them, so I get to work with them now, and they sent me a free game and everything, and I did like a whole stream with it and everything. And then I'm working with another company that right now I'm not allowed to talk about, but I got hired on with another company that I deeply, deeply respect, and I'm going to be doing some stuff for them. So things are going really well, like really, really well. You were born in the Czech Republic, so you're bilingual. Nice. I was born in El Salvador, and I am bilingual too. Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of British actors can do very, very solid American accents, like Hugh Laurie. I had no idea that Hugh Laurie not only was he's British, right? Yeah, not only that he was British, but that he was a comedian. I had no clue. I had no idea. He's such a good actor. Robert Picardo, he played the holographic Doctor in Star Trek Voyager. He also played the cowboy in Inner Space. Cool. Yeah, Rick from The Walking Dead was another one that really shocked me. He really, really shocked me. I did not expect him to be from out there. Gary Oldman, really? Okay, that's one I didn't know. Christian Bale I knew, but only because, you know, when you're in art school, you idolize like the best of the best, right? And at the time, Christian Bale was really like in his prime. And all the theater kids, all they did was talk about Christian Bale and Johnny Depp. Christian Bale and Johnny Depp, the two greatest actors of mankind. Yeah, and I remember seeing some clips of him with oh, I can't remember his real name. Mr. Bean guy. You're still waiting for Dead Island 2. So am I, man. So am I. Gary Oldman was in Harry Potter. I've only ever watched like a couple of the Harry Potter movies. I swear I've watched them all, but every time Alana puts one on, there's new stuff that I don't remember. So I probably didn't actually watch them all. Rowan Atkinson, that's it. The Black Adder, that's the one. That's when I found out that he was a comedian. Because I had a professor who put it on. We were talking about like the differences in artistic style depending on where you are in the world. So they showed us that and how British comedy isn't funny to American viewers to the same level that American comedy is to us, if that makes any sense. Do you know what I mean? Mr. Bean. I think Mr. Bean was a stroke of genius, not just for the popularity of it, but just the work he did to be able to tell the stories he tells without saying a word. Or very, very few words. I might have, Preston, I might have. I'm gonna die again. I'm not gonna beat this boss tonight. Raise me on Three Stooges. Exactly, man. Every language can understand Mr. Bean without him having to say a word. I'm gonna die. Can I shoot his back end from the opposite side? I can! Oh! I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I did it! Yes! Yes! Yeah, there's a lot of wordplay and sarcasm, and in older British comedy, there seemed to be a lot more... The slapstick was very different. It was a very, very different style of slapstick, and some of the wordplay, because of how sensitive the West is, some of the wordplay comes off more as offensive than funny, and so people just don't see the comedy in it. So, like, things like, I don't know, a lot of the older, like, 80s British comedy, you'll see a lot of, like, guys being mistaken for girls or guys being mistaken for gay, and the way the British comedians played it would be seen as, like, out of taste here. but it has to do just with the mentality of how things are seen here versus how things are seen over there. It was really interesting, and the teacher that showed us that that's what she was going for, is like to show that we might find something really funny that people from Europe would find completely appalling. Yeah, like, you know, something like Fear Factor, American Garbage TV, or The Jersey Shore. Totally a different style of entertainment that most of the rest of the world think is stupid. Faulty Towers, Mr. Bean, Monty Python. See, and I don't enjoy Monty Python. Now, a lot of Americans do. I don't enjoy Monty Python. I've never really... I get the comedy, but to me, it's just like, okay. But it's never been my thing, right? My son is currently watching you on the TV, waving around a drumstick, pretending to be you. Panther, hello, welcome back. But yeah, I'm totally in the minority when it comes to Monty Python. I'm like one of the only people that I know that doesn't like Monty Python. I messed up. You thought Tom Holland was American? Yeah, his American accent's pretty good too. Okay. What if I... Oops. Ah! I messed up. You don't know what to do for your banner video? There's a whole bunch of different examples. If you already have footage, the best thing to do is just like have a highlight reel of what you do on your stream. When I was in theater school, I used to be able to do a pretty decent British accent. I can't anymore at all. Dang it. I've tried and I cannot do a British accent anymore. Hold on. No, that's not gonna work either. Life of Brian, Holy Grail, and the Meaning of Life. Yeah, see, and I've tried watching some of them, and I'm like, no, I don't get it. I don't understand where the comedy is. It's just not my type of comedy. I messed up again. There's so many. Yeah, there are definitely different British accents. The one that I used to be the one that I used to be decent at was the way you speak. The more clean British accent, I guess, is the only way I can really describe it. Because like the other ones that have the more the less generic British accent, I can't do any of them. I can't do any of them. But I don't perform anymore, right? So I haven't really practiced my accents at all. The one I used to do. Y'all, welcome back. Okay, here. No, that's not gonna work either. Ah, that might work. See, and when you say Liverpool, I can hear the accent, cannot replicate it to save my life. But it's also, I find, at least with accents, upbringing plays a really, really big part on accents, because I am an immigrant. I have a light Canadian accent, but it's not the very typical Canadian accent, the very thick Canadian accent that you can hear. My accent isn't that strong. And in Spanish, I don't sound like somebody from El Salvador. I actually am very well spoken, and people from El Salvador have a very specific way of speaking, if I can kind of say that. And so our speak would be very similar to, like, in Spanish would be very similar to like redneck speaking. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm talking like this, like really obvious, right? It very, very accented, and I don't speak that way at all. So when I speak to people, they hear the El Salvador in me, but I sound like a very, very highly educated person from El Salvador. So it's probably the same thing for you, is that with your upbringing and everything, you probably have a much better, a much clearer accent versus other people. That would be my guess anyway. Yeah, the Canadian a boot. Although the funny thing is, Canadians, at least the Canadians I've experienced, don't say a boot. They actually say a boat, which is really weird. And I had never noticed it until I had a friend who had a very thick Canadian accent, and she would say a boat. And she didn't hear it. She couldn't understand why we would laugh, because she would say a boat. She didn't know how to say about. I don't speak the stereotypical British accent. I like to try for estuary English accent similar to David Tennant's accent. The 10th Doctor. Yeah, Southern Ontario says a boat. She learned more about it. That's awesome. Yeah, Toronto. It's Toronto, not Toronto. People in Fargo sound more stereotypical Canadian than Canadians do. Oh, man. I have a Manchester accent. Nice. Okay, let's do this again. There we go. We got it. That's more like your accent. But yeah, I mean, if you talk to somebody from Newfoundland, or even from like Alberta and stuff, they have a much thicker Canadian accent than we do. Or you go way up north, then they get a much more obvious Canadian accent. But like when you watch a news report, instantly you can hear the Canadian in people. Proper Manchester is Oasis. Okay, so now I need to get to the door here. So if I... There is this one. These stairs take me to here, which will take me there. Okay. Yeah, I can't really understand somebody from Newfoundland when they're speaking like completely natural, because most of the people from Newfoundland that I've met have lived in this area for a long time, so their accent has died down quite a bit, and they try their best to not be as Newfie. But I can't really understand them. I mean, technically the Newfoundland accent has the Canadian accent mixed with an Irish accent, right? Is it Irish or is it Scottish? I can't remember which one of the two is an influence to the Newfoundland accent. Was apparently voted the most attractive accent. I suggest looking up the videos about the accent. Glober, how's it going? How are you? Welcome. Okay, so if I come here... Oh, I can just clear them all. I forgot. I can drop. There was a great documentary that I watched about how there's a specific American accent, which is like the generic American speak, which is what you hear in songs, which is what you hear in movies, which was voted a very easy to understand accent, but I can't remember which accent it was in particular. I can't remember if it's the one you're talking about. But I thought that was a really interesting documentary to watch. Okay, hold on. I find accents so intriguing. So, so intriguing. I've always wished that I knew how to do an Australian accent. I can do like the cartoony Irish accent, the cartoony Scottish accent. I can do the over-the-top cartoony French accent, like the not realistic ones. Like if you talk to somebody from Ireland, they're not going to sound like me at all. And if you talk to somebody from Scotland, they're not going to sound like me. But it's the cartoon version of it, right? So I can do those accents, but I find accents so entertaining. I just wish I could do an Australian accent. Those ones, no idea how to even start to do them.
Whoosh, you're finished. I will never let you play the instruments of sirens.
I know, right? I love the Australian accent. I just can't do it to save my life. Accents are fun until you have people saying, wow, you speak English so well. Oh, dude, I've been here most of my life and I still get told that. I was 25 years old and somebody asked me, you know, where I grew up, and I was like, oh, I grew up in, you know, my hometown, whatever. And they're like, no, like, where are you from? And I was like, oh, well, I was born in El Salvador, but I came here when I was about 2. And their response, I kid you not, was, oh, welcome to Canada. I've been here most of my life. I'm pretty friggin' Canadian. I'm pretty friggin' Canadian. Ugh. It's that inadvertent racism, you know? It bugs me. It bugs me so much. Ah! Hey! Girl Thulu, how are you? How are you? No! I don't want to do this all again! Do I have to do the... No, okay, I can go right to the boss fight. Okay, how do I get back to the boss fight? Run! I called you out. I called you out. Most Americans I talk to always want me to say, it's Tuesday, isn't it? Oh, man. I don't know if it's a Canadian thing. It might be a Canadian thing. But a lot of the older folk that I talk to, they can't say Wednesday. They end up saying, oh no, Tuesday. They don't even say Tuesday properly. They say Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Hi, I appreciate you popping in. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. I just want to beat this stupid boss that I've been stuck at for hours. I'm so fed up with this boss. Okay. I need to get up there, but I can't get up there except for the stairs. No, not there. I need to get here. So that's this one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back to the beginning. Is it this way? That's a teleport. This way, yeah. It's 1 a.m. Holy crap. Go to sleep. Nobody murder you. Now they all know your name. We all know your name. Sure, there are. There are words that I definitely can't say, and part of it is just the fact that I'm bilingual, and it's hard for me to say certain, like, make certain sounds. Error is one of the ones. Is one of the ones that I really struggle with. It's 2:15. Nikki, go to sleep. You wish it was 1 a.m. so you could play? Not me. I have to be up super early tomorrow, and I don't want to work tomorrow. I can roll my R's very well. And I think that's the part that impresses people who speak one of the two languages I speak. So my parents, they don't understand that really nasty American R. They don't understand how to do that, especially quickly. My parents can do it very, very, very exaggeratedly. Like, we grew up on a street called Sturton, and my parents couldn't say it. They would say Stirton. And so my parents would always like tell people, oh, we live at this and this Stirton Street. And they'd be like, Stirton? No, that doesn't come up on the system or whatever. And then my parents would be like, oh, we live at this and this Sturton. And they're like, oh, Sturton Street. But the rolled R's, my mom and dad cannot do them. They cannot do them to save their lives. No, not the rolled R's, that weird R that Americans do. The Worcestershire? Yes, Worcestershire. I actually saw this really, really great video on TikTok, actually, where the person described why it's written the way that it is, but why it's said the way that it's said. One of the examples he used was Yorkshire, where he goes, you know, we have Yorkshire pudding. You don't say Yorkshire pudding, you say Yorkshire, and that's what's in this word. And he's like, and you know, he said all these different things that were like the breakdown of the word. It was really, really interesting. And he's like, and that's how you get that word. He's like, that's how you get Worcestershire. I was like, that's amazing. Yorkshire's where your partner's from? Oh man. Okay, so now I'm here. So now I can just go across. I wish I could do an Aussie accent so badly. So badly. You got a good Southern accent? I've got the Southern Belle accent, but it's not very good. It's the one you'd hear on TV. Oh Lord, I got the vapors. I can't do it without doing this voice for some reason. Melbourne. Okay. I hate this puzzle so much. Okay. If I just do this. I don't really know the song, like the rhythm of it at all, so I wouldn't even be able to try. Dude, I hit you. I totally hit you. Ow! Oh my gosh! This is the last try, guys, only because it's getting late. I need to work. I don't want to, but I need to get to bed. I'm dead. I'm dead! Holy crud, man. Holy crud. I try not to exaggerate. See, I can't do a realistic one, right? I don't have a lot of Scottish people around me, so I wouldn't be able to learn it. I got really good at, like, I actually got really good at a Vietnamese accent, but it's because I grew up with Vietnamese people, and they had Vietnamese parents who had very, very, very thick accents. And so my friends would mimic their own parents making the accent, and then I learned to do it too, and so I got good at a Vietnamese accent, but because I look the way that I do, if I do it, it comes off as very racist. It's Shrek. Oh, that makes me so sad. That makes me so sad. Makes me so sad. We tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. Oh. Do I have anybody online here? I don't think I'm gonna have anybody online, because, yeah. Yeah, I don't even have anybody that we can raid here. I know Mike Myers is Canadian. I don't know if he's Scottish, but I know he's Canadian. Mason is not Pog. Oh man, Glober Mast, I know, pobre Link, pobrecito. Not officially. All you do is just throw the link. And this is one of the things that YouTube needs to fix. Is all you do is just throw the link into the chat and be like, "Hey, click here," and then use this. That's why I use the hashtag Retro Squad Raid, because you can't alert them. So if you like spam that all over the chat, it makes it easier for them to notice that it's happening. But there have been plenty of times where I've done it. And is Miju live? I don't even. She's not on my list. Oh, here we go. For some reason, it wasn't popping up on the side. It's up now. That's weird. It wasn't popping up on the side. You know, on the left where it shows you everybody that's live, only one showed up. Only one person showed up, and it's somebody that they're not actual people that I follow for stream stuff. I follow them for their reviews, and they're just live. But that wouldn't be a raid worth doing. You know what? Miju has 20 people watching. I don't really want to raid when she's got that many people already. I've got 16 watching. I think it's a more fair trade. We raid somebody who has been popping into my chats for years and years and years. His family's also from Liverpool. That's another one. That's hilarious. So that from both sides, from where you're from and from where I'm from, because I think he's one that was like 35 minutes from where I grew up. I'm gonna do this person just because Christian, I have to find my password first. So when I find my password, I'll do it. I just don't have access to my password right now and I have to reset it and stuff. But we're going to go here only because this person has been a gigantic supporter of the channel for years and years and years. And you see him on stream all the time, but I can never raid him because he's over here on YouTube 99% of the time. And he's never on Twitch when I'm on Twitch. So we're going to go there. Let me show you who. Yes, Nikki, we have Chadley. Oh yeah, the window isn't sized properly. I'll just move it. It's going to be all blown up and weird. Why is it like this? That's weird. It shouldn't be like that. Why is it all sized weird? Okay, there we go. You can see him. That's Chadley. He's awesome. I'll give you guys the link. And you can show Chadley some love. Chadley is awesome, guys.
I'm making
sign in the chat. Why is it asking me to sign in? I'm on my own stream, video game. I mean, YouTube. Okay. Hashtag Retro Squad Raid. Let's use that, guys. Yeah, Chadley has an amazing beard. Sometimes he puts like different braids in it and stuff. He's hilarious. He's hilarious. He started streaming. He was watching me and then he started streaming and learned by asking me questions and stuff. But he's a software engineer, so he's super smart when it comes to computers anyways. But you guys should check out Chadley. He's amazing. He's such a great guy. Go show Chadley some love, guys, and then I'm gonna get out of here and you know, do my thing.
Oh heck yeah, I love this.
But yeah, just click that link. If you guys can't find him, his name's just Chadley on YouTube, and you guys can just find him and show him some love. He's amazing. I will be back tomorrow, and we'll probably do a spoopy stream. I don't think I'll do Mario tomorrow. But I love all of you guys. Have yourselves a wonderful night. Go show Chadley some amazing love. And yeah, I'll see you guys over on the Twitch side tomorrow night. Thank you all for being here. You guys are great. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.